What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Good morning, Nakul. Good morning. Hello, hello, Ram. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, wow. He's coming out to a great song, even. Phil Collins. What a legendary song. Man, I hope none of these fights go to a decision. I have to be honest. My friend's birthday today. Bro is treating us to a lavish lunch. I'm gonna be like, खाली हाथ आए थे तुम, खाली हाथ जाएंगे. I like that. Good morning, Hamza. Good morning. Never eat ice cream in March. The weather's changing. You can get sick. I learned the hard way. I'm now sick. If you want, eat something like gelato, knuckle, or eat gelato or eat sorbet. Don't eat that Amul stuff and all. Just because you know, don't take the chance. A sorbet, a fruit sorbet is the safest thing to go. At least I think so. But yes, the weather is going to affect that for sure. You could have done an Italian beard very well. It would suit you very well. Hamza, I don't like to change much to it, but it's a great point. Before this, I did the French beard thing. It's a very not anymore, but it's a very go-in thing to do, Hamza. Especially when you get as you get older. My grandfather had like the handlebar mustache. My great grandfather, you should say. My grandfather actually had no facial hair, which is quite interesting. And a lot of people just do the mustache. Some people do. A lot of people do the French beard only, though. Nice tight lines. Remove everything regularly. It's a lot easier to maintain. You just keep removing everything every week, and this gets thicker. Can you say mamma mia when you get the Italian? I'd probably say it. It would be more appropriate if I said it while eating Italian food. That way, I'm in the gimmick fully. First round has started off Gregory Robocop Rodriguez versus Bruno the Hulk Ferreira. I'm favoring Gregory Rodriguez simply because he's the taller, bigger fighter and he has fought better competition so far. He has fought better competition. This Bruno Ferreira looks much smaller than him though. Funny enough. My school senior has opened a pizzeria in my city, has invited me. That's fantastic, dude. Italian food has really grown a lot in recent memory here in India. Step and jab to the body by Bruno Ferreira. Leg kick. Bruno Ferreira getting a sense of the reach here. He clearly looks much shorter though. His limbs. Oh, dropped him! Oh, straight! Oh my god! Knockout by Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. Step in straight right hand. Step in straight right hand by Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. Incredible. Incredible. It's one knocker. That is crazy. Step in straight. Out like a light. Boom. More like a hook, to be honest. Ducking, a little bit of a ducking hook. Does not take the extra punch, could have. Stood firm, full extension, right hand overhand. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Stays over him, does not take the extra shot, celebrates with his coaching staff by looking to them while he's over Bruno Ferreira. Man, I think there might be finishes in all these five fights, guys. This fight just started and it's already over. Crazy. Who are you supporting, Oliveira or Holloway? Unfortunately, Hamza, I'm a sucker for punishment. I have a very, 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 very soft spot for Charles Oliveira. So I'm going to continue my pain in simple words because I think Max Holloway is the favorite, but it's not going to matter. He's talking to Bruno Ferreira, no? They give a hug. They give a hug to each other. Yeah, beautiful finish there by Robocop. Will you be streaming a watch along for the cricket match there, Ram? I will not be, but I may be on someone's channel, and if I am, I will tag the channel on my community post for it. First Woodfire Pizza Cafe in my city. Finally, I can move on from the shitty Domino's and Pizza Hut. I think I think Pizza Hut is a little bit better than Domino's. I know it's a hot take. I don't know why. There's something about how the crust tastes. At least when I used to have Pizza Hut, I don't now. Domino's is nearby, so whenever we order, we just order for convenience. But otherwise, we do wood fire only when we go to a Italian restaurant. But yeah, first wood fire. Where do you live, Nakul? First wood fire pizza cafe in your city. Really interesting. I feel like it's everywhere now. Italian food. I don't know why. I feel like you can get good pizza anywhere now in India. I mean, obviously not compared to Italy, obviously, but good. When did you sleep? You were in Isha's last. Let's not talk about it, Hamza. Let's not talk about it. Let's just hope this pay-per-view goes by quickly. That's all I'll say. I can recover in the afternoon before the cricket match. Bro, but what a epic live stream by Isha. What an epic one. I I didn't even know he was doing it. Someone my mod told me. Oh, that was a crazy knockout. Crazy knockout. What a way to start the card. Both are shit, Nathan, and the money they charge for the shit they make. Man, like I had authentic woodfire pizza last weekend, bro. That was yeah, but that's what I'm saying now. Hamza. The thing is, see, I don't know. See, there's one problem about living in Goa, Hamza. Anything that's authentic, no, they automatically just make it expensive. The thing is, if you live like in a big city, because of competition, you can get competitive prices. Here, not a lot of competitive pricing. It's a lot of few and far between. So what happens is it can get really expensive to eat wood fire pizza, man. Both are shit, yeah, but it also is meant to cater to people who are everyday people. Yeah, it's meant to cater to college students. I remember going there with my dad one day recently, a couple of months ago. They wanted to have pizza, and they wanted to have it at home. So we went to go get it. Domino's is really, really close to us. We don't even need to deliver it. So we ordered it, did some work, and collected it ourselves. While we sat there, I saw a couple of like 10-year-olds eat like a pizza. And I'm like, bro, when I was 10, if I told my mom I went to Domino's to eat pizza, I think she would kill me. Uh, a lot of it's become a lot of it has become so affordable. Oh wow, Korean zombies there with a blessed headband. Uriah Faber's here, lovely. Chuck Liddell is here. Oof, he's they love me some Chuck Liddell here clearly. But yeah, it's become so affordable now that bro, I remember when Domino's used to kind of be a luxury thing, man. But now they have made it so affordable that 10-year-olds like pool in their money and they have like a pizza together. In a way, it's kind of cool, but in a way, it's kind of scary because it's not the healthiest option. Then you have all these kids like not going home and they're going to like Domino's to eat it. So it's a little alarming, but I suppose in a way, if you're a kid, it's kind of cool, man. We would never, at 10 years old, we would never able to dream of sitting in an AC restaurant eating food. But yeah, things have changed, I guess. Haldwani, Uttarakhand. We have many cafes, but only one wood fire cafe. Dude, Haldwani is. No, that's Haridwar. Never mind. Got confused there for a second. Many cafes. Yeah, that there's a lot of cafe culture that side, isn't there? My friend who lives in Dehradun, I mean, not Ishan. I met Ishan now, but I had a friend who lived there ages ago. And then I had another friend who went there to study for 2 years. And they would tell me the same thing. They were like, there's cafes everywhere. There's no restaurants, you know? There's a big cafe culture. I was like, interesting. I mean, there are restaurants, but there are more cafes, like how you said, Knuckles. So yeah, a lot of cafe culture in the north. That's nice, I guess. True, true. Wood fire pizza is expensive, is affordable, but the quality is so bad. You could have it once a month. Yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, you can't keep having Domino's. I think I have Domino's maybe once every 2 to 3 months, maybe 2 to 3 months, and we only do it because we don't want to go out. Simple as that. Every 2 to 3 months, my family have it. Otherwise we just order something else. So true, Nathan. Like the first time I went to Domino Pizza, I was like, it was like when I first went to college. I had my first burger at the age of 17. Hamza, I'm telling you, everything has become so affordable. Granted, unhealthy, but everything has become so affordable that when I see kids 10, 12-year olds sitting in restaurants and nicely just eating food, it would never happen when I grow up. Even the richest folks I knew would not be allowed to do that without going with their parents. Their parents would take them, but they would never be able to go on their own. It's kind of interesting how so much changes in so little time. My parents, though, there's no way. There's no way. Until they worked, they would have done it. So, wow, look at Charles Oliveira in his interesting looking suit. Tell you what, the Brazilians don't mind a dress up. What is this though? This is it's quite shiny and it's black. It's definitely an interesting looking suit. Yep, let's call it an interesting looking suit. Ram, you already answered that. Yeah, Ram, if I'm on someone else's channel, I'll share the link in case you didn't hear. Yeah. The only thing I like about Domino's is the garlic bread. Good shout. Garlic bread is nice. Now they've introduced some new dips even recently, so that there's like a spicy dip now, so that's nice. Good shout. You know what I think though, Hamza? I think fast food's not the best for you. But the one thing I would say is, if you are short on money and you're really hungry, I think Subway is the best value for money, because if you get a foot long, you can literally have 6 inches for lunch, 6 inches for dinner or whatever. Because 6-inch sub is pretty filling. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. They're inducting a fight into the Hall of Fame. Zhang and Joanna. Oh, that was a crazy fight, man. This was a crazy fight, guys. Would never, man. You're so right. Like when I was young, it was a luxury. When we are out, it was quite exciting. But now it's just regular kids these days, man. Kids under 14 year ride bikes. Bro, that's another thing that's quite frightening. I don't know who the hell gives them permission. I don't know how these parents give them permission to drive, bro. Parents nowadays, do this so they don't have to be responsible, like they don't have to drop kids. It's almost like let them learn how to drive so we don't have to do it. We are busy with work and stuff. It's so dangerous though. All the time here in Goa, there are kids, clearly kids underage, driving through the village roads because there are no cops there. Really dangerous. Right now, my city is going through the trend of chow party, common eating places, multiple food carts. Ooh, I've seen 3, 4 new ones in my 2 kilometer. That's nice. That makes it fun for people who if you have like friends and you want to go out and grab something to eat. That's nice. Chow party to this day is full every night. It was full when my parents were young. It was full when I was young, and it's still full. Cell phones are common. Giving them vehicles have become common. Even drinking has and all has become so easy. The youth is going so down, man. Hamza, I think it is genuinely up to you here. It is up to you. It is 100% up to you as a parent. You can be as strict or as open as you'd like. I think the main thing is to find a balance. I think that's the most important. I think balance though is really important. See, because being over restrictive in Hamza, eventually they will do it, yeah, even if you don't allow. Being too strict, being too strict doesn't work the way people think it does. It really doesn't. Like I grew up around conservative Christians, more conservative than me. I grew up around conservative Hindus, conservative Muslims. If I'm being completely honest with you, Hamza, I have seen if I'm being very honest with you, I've seen them just do their own thing as they get older. Some of them worse than others. Worse than the less conservative kids. You have to find a balance here. This quote unquote strict parenting, it doesn't work the way people think it does. Because somewhere down the line it goes off the rails. Somewhere down the line it becomes horrible. And it's just better to do it more organically. I don't know. That's what I have gathered at least. Growing up in Bombay where everybody is a lot more open than coming to Goa where some people are conservative. A lot of things are different. Joanna is actually live. Second time she's gone in, I think. First women's fight inducted into the Hall of Fame. Oh, I didn't realize that. Damn. That is the first women's fight. That's right. Oof. I didn't clock that. Bro, she had such a crazy hematoma on her head. Her head was like this big. Oof. Drew Dober, Michael Johnson. My God. I'm telling you, if they stop doing all this filler, no, this card is going to end really quick. Because I have a feeling somebody's going to get knocked out in this fight even. I also want to open my own cafe, but before that, I want to travel around the world, try every cuisine possible, write a book. See, Nakul, Hmm. How should I put this politely? If you ever want to do something authentic, Nakul, you have to try all kinds of food. I assume you know where I'm going with this, so I won't be specific. And the reason you need to do that is because that is the only way you can get anything authentic in life. You know, finding cooking alternate foods because you live in a certain area that doesn't eat, no, it kind of takes away the authenticity of food. So if you are going to open a cafe, you have to make it a very authentic cafe. You have to do your best because I feel like authenticity now, no, in a world where food has become so common and cafes have become so common, and all these cuisines have become so common in India, no, I think authenticity is where it stands out. So like if you're really going to do it, no, I think you have to do it fully authentic. So like in South America, there are places that they eat beef and pork because because that's where that's what the terrain allows you to grow, and it's easier to handle when you're a farmer. Then there are certain places where obviously it's not legal to eat it. Like if you go to Arab countries, so you'll get a lot of lamb, and you'll get a lot of lamb dishes, really. Lamb. Then it depends on which part of Arabia you'd even get camel. Obviously, you don't get camel in India at all, so you don't have to worry about that. But I would. That's the only recommendation I'd give you. My cousin is a chef in New Zealand, and you he what he told me was you can go one of two ways. You can go fully authentic and bring like a brand new cuisine to the area, but it has to be authentic because there's always going to be people who have traveled somewhere and know if it's authentic or not. So that is one, and the other one is you have to go fusion. So he currently was in charge of a food chain in New Zealand, and that food chain was pub style food. And I was like, "What's pub style food?" And then he was telling me this, that, and the other. I'm like, "Don't you get that everywhere?" He's like, "You get that everywhere, but what happens is when you build a food chain, you become quite reliable on the quality of food, so people come to it." He's saying if you want to stand out, you have to go fully authentic or you have to go fusion. He was thinking of opening up a place in India because his mom is still here, my aunt is still here, and he wants to do some kind of at the time. Now I don't know if his plans have changed, but at the time he wanted to do a Korean Indian fusion, like super fusion, because he like showed me some pictures and all fine dining fusion Korean Indian food. And I looked at him and I told him, man, listen, I got to be honest with you. Yeah, you're the chef, you're the professional, you know how to cook all this food. I don't know if it's going to work in Goa or not. That's what I told him. I told him I don't know if it's going to work in Goa or not, and he was like, "Trust me, it will work." I was like, "Okay, man. Listen, I just told you. I don't know if it's going to work because if it would work, it would have already been opened in Goa because a lot of people in Goa, a lot of people come from outside. So like for example, how should I put it? Like our first Japanese restaurant in North Goa, at least in North Goa, I don't want to speak in South Goa, was actually opened by a Japanese lady. So like legit Japanese lady opened up a restaurant here. Uh, when she first opened, it became quite popular. I don't know if it's open now or not, but like the first 3, 4, 5 years, there were people coming from 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers away. And 25 kilometers doesn't sound like a lot to you guys, I'm sure. But 25 kilometers is a lot when you live in Goa because if you measure the length of the state, it's not that big. So traveling 25 kilometers to get food is actually a lot, and it's a really good sign that your food is good. So yeah, so like we have a lot of this going on the first Greek restaurant was opened by a Greek lady. Uh, Her son went to my school, so that's how I know that. Now they have like couple of pop-ups and a giant restaurant by the water under the same name. But the reason they are making all this money is because when they first came here, it was proper authentic because she's Greek and she was making only Greek food, nothing else. So, and she took advantage of the fact that a lot of Greek food, if you take away the beef and the lamb and the chicken, a lot of Greek food is actually is seafood. So she took really great advantage of Goa because I mean, listen, I don't know how many other places in India you can get really good seafood. So she took really good advantage of the seafood advantage here, and she a lot of Greek seafood. A lot of Greek food is seafood, I should say, because of course Greece has a lot of islands. So her food became super authentic, and now like you have to book tables to get in because it's like super crowded and super popular still. And this was she started with a little pop up shop in a flea market in Goa. That flea market itself doesn't exist anymore. But every Saturday she would be there and she would sell out. And she would only be open for 3 hours in the night, 7:30 to 11, because the flea market was in a village. They had to close at a certain time. They could open as early as they want in the daytime, but they had to close at a certain time. So 7:30 she would come with all her food, and by 11 o'clock she'd be done. It became so popular that she managed to get beachside property to rent, build a whole restaurant on, and now they're killing it. Like you have to go full fusion where it's brand new, or you have to go full authentic. Yeah, otherwise it's really tough. Yeah, the restaurant market's super competitive, Nakul. Super, especially depending on where you live. In Goa, it's really competitive because tourists can make you or break you. And believe me, if you're made in Goa in the restaurant business, no, you never have to work a day in your life because the profit turnover of a restaurant business is very good. Once you become popular, that's also it's a very tricky thing, the restaurant business. By the way, both fighters have come in the cage now, Johnson and Dober. So society has always become so soft. You can't hit your kid, you can't be strict. Yes, I get you. Too strict could make your child worse. You should find a. Yeah, man. Listen, all the kids I knew that got hit, they turned out actually to be the worst. I have to be honest with you. Society being soft or not, I can assure you, everybody I knew that got hit actually became worse than the people who didn't get hit. Yeah, that is a weird one, but a true one. But the parents this day and age are like, should we provide for the family or should we take care of kids? This shows how neglecting parenting has become. I think the worst part of that is the normalization of it. I think Hamza. I think nowadays you can't really afford to have a child if you don't have two jobs. I have to be very honest with you. Depending on what business you have, I don't. I think two people need to work. And I've heard this in a lot of podcasts in India, outside of India. I've heard people say this. I've heard people say, if you don't have a really good job, you need a double income if you want to have a family. And I think that is true, man. I think that is true. I think you can't have, in a weird way, you can't have both things perfectly. Either you work and have a family, or you you struggle but have a family. Struggle in the sense of only one of y'all's working, so the full reliance is on that person. If they don't make money, you're in real trouble. Thing is, once you have a kid, the expenses are always going to be there, man. Especially as they're younger. You know. So it's really tough. Yeah, it's really tough these days. If you have like a family business that's doing well, okay, maybe it's more possible. But when you're out on your own, when you're in a nucleus family, you have to figure it out yourself. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like both people do have to work, especially depending on where you live. Yeah, if you live like in a Bangalore, or a Delhi, or Calcutta, Bombay, I kind of think you both have to work, dude. I really do. 'Cause where's all this money going to come from to live off on? It's really tough. But I am vegetarian in general. I saw chicken getting kind of set, started questioning. I don't think I will try non-veg dish ever again. This can hold me back from trying every cuisine. It can hold you back, dude. It's held me back, to be very honest with you as well. That's why I really hope if I have children and I raise them, no, I let them eat everything, because I had such a tough time as a kid, yeah. When I was invited to birthday parties, this was when I never ate. I didn't really eat meat when I was a kid at all. Um, it was so tough, man, because I used to like not go to people's birthdays because I was vegetarian. And here in Goa, people aren't vegetarian in Goa, Nakul. Let me just put it this way: they just aren't. There's no really good vegetarian food culture here in Goa. It's all right. It's okay. I would never eat vegetarian food here. I wouldn't go out and eat vegetarian food here unless it's like at a authentic Punjabi restaurant and I'm eating some paneer. Because it's not the best. Let me just put it that way. It's not the best. So I used to not go to like people's birthday parties and all, man. Those parents used to give me such weird looks. I'm like, you don't eat any meat, you don't eat any fish, and I was like, man, I don't. It got to a point where I used to just not go to people's birthdays because I didn't want. I used to feel weird. I used to feel embarrassed. Um, for me, it was when I went to a halal mutton shop. The mutton shop near our place is like a halal mutton shop, and I saw, let's just say I saw the act for like 2 months. Yeah, for 2 months I couldn't eat anything, man. But the thing is, you have to get over it, Nakul. It's kind of like life. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, you kind of have to get over it, like, because that's life, dude. Whether you eat it or not, it's happening. You know what I always tell people though is like, if you ever eat meat, just be grateful that it's, a life has been sacrificed so you can eat. Just say a little prayer, be thankful. That's all, that's all you can do, because whether you eat it or not, it's happening, you know but yeah, I don't know if it'll hamper you, Nakul, to be very honest with you. uh you can definitely do a straight veg cafe, because um there's a lot of that in this country. I think our country is easily the best country in the world for vegetarian food. uh, Granted, not every state eats vegetarian food like that, but if there's any country you ever wanted to start a veg restaurant in, this is the best country in the world. Nobody can do veg food like us, man. That's a fact. I'm very proud of that, by the way. Even though, I live in like a non-veg state. Nobody can do. Oh my God, they're swinging wild. Nobody can do non-veg food like us. Nobody. I'm sorry, non-veg. Sorry, veg food. Nobody can do veg food like us. Depending on which states you are in, it's the best in the world. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Bro, there's a great explosiveness of Drew Dober got caught there with the left. Uh, there is a great explosiveness of this vegan culture now that's coming in. If you have the right menu and you have the right marketing strategy, you could even do a vegan cafe, dude. I don't recommend it, of course, but if you have the right approach, the right menu, you can even do a vegan restaurant in India. But vegetarian is obviously safer, bro. Like the paneer culture in our country is crazy. We love paneer. Me too. Like paneer, eggs. We still love that, as much as vegetarian as we'd like to be. We love a good paneer dish, a good egg dish. So you could definitely still do it. You could definitely. What I would recommend, Nakul, is go to countries where the veg food is prominent. If you are interested in still doing the restaurant stuff, go to countries where veg food is prominent. That would be a nice strategy. Hello, Phantom. Good morning. Hello, Yash. Excuse me. Um, Gamer Fleet lives in Haldwani. Saurabh Joshi also lives there. Bro, his house looked crazy. I mean, I don't watch his vlogs, but the day his house was done, it was trending on YouTube, so I saw a little bit of it. He has an interesting hairstyle. He looks like a total nerd, but man, how successful he's become, huh? Crazy, crazy. Daily vlogging, dude. Who knew? And we used to see the Americans do it. We used to think it was weird, but it's so cool. It just tells you, man. It just tells you if you find the right relatable character, no sky's the limit. Thousands and thousands and millions of subscribers. Oh wow, they're swinging now. They're swinging now. Dober seems to be quite slow though, man. Johnson is picking him a lot, picking him out a lot. There are hardly any tourists in my city. Cafe targets young students, offering them affordable items and also aesthetic value. And is another factor why some cafes are running in my city. Bro, you got to take advantage of the niche in the area you live in, unless you're moving somewhere else, man. You have to take advantage of the niche. That's how you make money. That's how you make money. But brother, I was raised by both working parents. It turned out good. I have massive respect for my parents. My father retired last year after 30 years of service. My mother still has 3 years. Yeah, but Hamza, trust me, it's getting more and more difficult. It's getting more and more difficult. Uh, so a lot of things have changed, Hamza. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed. There was a time not too long ago when one person could easily stay at home and you could chalao the house with one income. You can't do that anymore. Like and the work culture has become, especially if you're in a city, the work culture has become worse. You spend more hours at work, bro. My friends, they just got they literally finished 1 year of marriage. February. Oh, True Dober knocks him out. I told you people. I told you people. They're going to sleep. I told you. Oh my God, devastating power, man. Michael Johnson was picking him out on the feet with speed, but oh my God, slept him. Second person. Ooh. Boys, I have a feeling we're going to see all finishes today. And maybe I can get a nap in for the afternoon if I'm lucky. That's step in right. Ooh. Oh, oh, he hit his head on the mat even. Ooh, that's horrible when that happens. And his hand also became stiff. Look at that. Boom. Oh. Oh, I hate when the head hits the mat, dude. You're getting trauma one way and then you're getting trauma the other way too. That whiplash. Oh. Ew. Oh, God. I didn't see that. He ate a punch too on the way down. Oof. Ouchie. Yep. I had a feeling this was also going to end. The next one, I think, might not end in finish. What's the next one? What's the next fight? I can't remember what the next fight is. I think that one's not going to end though. They provided and also took time out and raised me and my brother. And when I see parents just letting the kids normalize not studying, dropping out, working at call centers makes me feel so bad. Some people have to do it because money is not coming in, dude. I know someone I went to 12th standard with, that after 12th standard he had to get a job as a bouncer because man, I feel sad saying it, but I'll say it, yeah, because we are talking about it, but essentially he knew he was never going to study. He knew he was not smart enough. I don't know. Saying that also makes me feel a little bit sick because it's a little sad, but he knew he is not going to study. He knew he's not going to college. And the sad part is he smiled at me and told me like I'm getting a job. I'm like, where? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be a bouncer at this club or whatever. I was like, well, you should at least get your degree. I told him, then you can do it. He was like, I don't think I'll pass college, man. I gotta start earning. And bro, it wasn't even like a desk job. He was like doing bouncer work, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like some people do it because the money is just not coming in, man. It's sad, but it's true, yeah. And the thing is, call centers, the timings are horrible, but the call centers, they can pay you well, man. Compared to an average job in India, they can pay you well. Let's hear what he's saying. Yeah, just hit the deck, didn't he? Just hit the deck. Oof. Tell you what, UFC is not expecting this pacing, dude. Two finishes instantly. Oh, there we go. Kid Rock's there. They're playing Kid Rock's music. Mackenzie Dern is there. Strawweight champion. Oh, look, Jean Silva's there. Wow, with the Oliveira patch. Mario Lopez is there. Actor. Some crazy ladies with like a Oliveira. You know what this is? This is that Survivor thing, right? Oh, Jeff is there. Jeff from Survivor's there. The host of Survivor's there. Boston Rob is there. That's nice. It's the shit they write. I don't know if you guys ever watch Survivor, but that's my favorite reality show. I don't watch Big Boss or any of that stuff, dude. It's quite brain rot for me personally. I enjoy watching Survivor. Man, we gotta beat New Zealand today. Yeah, it's gonna get stressed out. I used to eat non-veg 5 6 years ago. I tried wild deer. My uncle used to hunt them. Apparently, venison is very healthy, Nakul, because it's lean meat. Apparently, this wild game meat is very healthy for you. Apparently, I've heard Joe Rogan say it all the time. He said this lean wild game meat is like if you cook it well, it's very very healthy for you. Apparently, compared to other red meats and other white meats. That's interesting. If you do a vegan restaurant, call Akshata Di to promote it. That's a good shout, actually. Yes, the first fight happened 10 years ago in Canada, Saskatchewan. It's a state in Canada. Very cold area. A lot of wilderness. The state is Saskatchewan. The place is Saskatoon, if I remember correctly. Yes, 10 years ago. Hey, what? Oh shit! Justin Gagey, Ilya Topuria, UFC 250 at the White House. Justin Gagey versus Ilya Topuria. That's the headliner. Oh man, they're going to show the rest of the main card. Okay, here we go, guys. This is the UFC White House card. Ilya Topuria, Justin Gagey, Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. Wow, no John Jones. Sean O'Malley versus Eamon Zahabi. Mauricio Hufi versus Michael Chandler. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. Wow. Okay. Freedom 250 is the name of the card. Okay, this is interesting. Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins. Interim UFC heavyweight champion. I knew that was going to happen. I told Ish that after the stream. But I thought it was going to be John Jones. It's Cyril Gahn. Wow, interesting. Okay, Dana White's talking to Joe Rogan. Let's see what he says. Bro, what did John Jones say? Yeah? Oh, they're planning to go to the White House. Nothing, man. What rubbish. John Jones is such a liar, man. He was at some venue. I think he was giving a speech, and he was like, guys, we are in talks for the UFC White House card. That was like 3-4 days ago. He's not even on the card. I get it. Some people really have to because of people still, huh? Yeah, yeah, man. There has to be a balance. Nowadays, my father started learning make samosas. Yesterday, he went to Holloway and asked him to teach the method to fold the sheet. Nakul, isn't it? Would I think it would be your dad would be better served just learning it on YouTube because he can just practice in the comfort of his own home. The chance to make things right, but yeah, also the job market's worst after, bro. The job market's horrible after COVID, man. My friends complain about it all the time. Once he cooked wild deer for dinner, and all the dogs and cats surrounded our house. Yeah, apparently venison is very healthy in terms of nutrients. That's it. 6 fights for the White House card. No prelims, no nothing. Just the card. Bro, Dana White and Joe Rogan look like brothers. They're both bald and very white. It looks like we're getting the next fight now. They have stalled enough. Bro, they have to they I don't know how they're handling the pacing. It's impossible to handle the pacing. They're expecting a match to go 15 minutes and the first fight got over in 2 minutes. Then the next fight got over in 7 minutes. The pacing, they're trying to do crazy filler right now. It's time to sleep, Justin. Ah, yes, this is also going to end in a finish, guys. Raul Rosas Jr. versus Rob Font. Can Rob Font turn away the youngster? Rob Font is 17 years older than Rosas Jr. How crazy is that? He's almost a lifetime older than Rosas, who's 21 years old. Rob Font is 38 years old. How crazy is that? A lifetime of age difference. Oh, he's training with TriStar, Faras. I didn't know he was training with Faras. That's interesting. L event except Alex. I don't know, man. This Mauricio Rufi guy he's very good. Mauricio Rufi is good. Bo Nickel is good friends with Donald Trump actually. He golfs with him, believe it or not. So He was on the card. Kind of expected that, to be honest. He better win though, otherwise it's going to look very embarrassing. Uh, Font Rosas Jr. Bro, if Rosas Jr. can beat Rob Font, he's on track. He's currently on track to be the youngest ever UFC champion because he's going to get a rank. Maybe the fight that fell off was John Jones. That's right, right, FC. Because remember, were we only talking about it? Because there was a thing saying that one of the fights has fallen off. Maybe it was John Jones. Because people thought it was Ilya Topuria's fight that has fallen off. Clearly, it's not. Maybe it was John Jones. Because, oh wow. That's 3 4 days ago, though, man. I don't know, man. John Jones. What do you do with him? Seriously. Gamer Boy says it'll be going to be a very good match. I love both Charles and Max, especially Charles. Me too, Gamer Boy. I'm going to feel really sad today because I think it's going to be a rough one for Charles. No, he hates YouTube. He loves practical learning. Lol. He learned baking cakes from local bake. Oh, okay, that's fine then. I think the only reason I suggested that is so he can the comfort of your own home, right? Trial and error and all that. But it's really cool that what is really cool? It's really cool. Someone was happy to help him learn. There's a lot of people now gatekeep, dude. They don't want to teach people how to do stuff because they're scared, that you're helping the competition. So I think it's really cool that they letting dad learn how to do it. It's really cool. Ricardo Valadez says White House going to have no atmosphere. Ricardo, welcome to the channel if you're new, by the way. It might not have atmosphere, Ricardo, but who knows what to expect? Let's be very honest. This is not like the sphere. And Ricardo, let us know where you're watching from, by the way. Welcome to the channel if you're new. We also do football content, Premier League stuff, and anyway. Uh, who's to check, dude? Seriously, who's to check? Because who knows? The I remember the sphere people going, oh my god, is it going to work in this environment the way they do UFC events? And I thought the sphere was so awesome that I kind of wish they did it again. They're probably never going to do it again because Dana White said he spent a lot of money just trying to do it. You never know, man. You never know what the plans are. Yeah? Let's be honest. The UFC production crew is one of the best in the biz, man. If they can build it right, I'm sure they can create the right atmosphere. I'm watching from Kenya right now. Oh, shout out to Kenya, dude. We also do football watch-alongs, man. If you want to join us, I'm a United fan. I don't know if you watch football or not, but yes, UFC, WWE, football, Champions League, all the whole lot. But yes, I honestly think it will have I trust the UFC production team to create the right environment, man. I don't know what it's going to look like though. I have to be honest with you. I'm very intrigued. Very, very intrigued. Hope Charles wins this match. Gamer Boy, the only way I can see Charles winning this match is if he drops Holloway and taps him out. Because Holloway historically ups his output as the rounds go on. And I mean, he has the most strikes in UFC history. So that's not a good look. So that's one issue. I can't see him go winning a decision, man. He's got to catch him in something. I feel the only way he can win is if he catches him in something. I can't see anywhere else. Was that John Crouch in Raul Rosas Jr.'s corner? He's training out in the lab in Arizona. Interesting. They should have stripped Aspinall and let Alex fight for the main title due storyline. It would attract much more eyeballs and hype to be first 3 division champion. It would have been crazy. Technically, he would still be a 3 division champion, but he'd just be interim, dude. You know? But yeah, I don't think they can do that. They can't do that. He got an eye poke, dude. And he just underwent surgery like this month. They gotta give him some time to you know why they really can't do it FC Mobile? Because John Jones wasted a whole year of our life trying to fight Stipe, and then he wasted another whole year of our life because he tore his pec, and then decided to not fight Tom Aspinall at all in the end. He wasted 2 years of our life, and he fought 45-year-old Stipe Miocic, dude. So I don't they if they strip Tom Aspinall, it would be quite criminal, to be honest, especially after being fouled and having to do double eye surgery. It would be absolutely criminal if they did that. Kenya, nice, yes. You got Twalumba from Zambia, and we got Ignatius from South Africa, who watch are regular watchers of the channel as well. Man, Charles and Topuria was a tough fight to watch, especially if you love Charles. Exactly. This is going to get tougher, dude, because Max likes to accumulate damage. There is no Volk versus Lopez here at the White House as Mahindra and disgrace. Bro, seriously, Diego Lopez is back on a card, dude. Like, that man must have like Wolverine healing abilities, dude. How the hell is he back on a card already? Seriously, how is he fit enough to fight again already? Who do you think will win the World Cup? Holloway's got good takedown defense. Yeah, that's why, Ricardo, that's why I said he has to catch him, with strikes. Because Charles is not exactly a shooter, right? He likes to pull guard. If Holloway doesn't let you get in close, then you gotta hope to catch him. Holloway doesn't get knocked down either, so it's gonna be really tough. That's kind of why I'm kind of dreading it. Let's see. Boston Rob's in. Rob Font training out at TriStar. Very, very interesting. 38 years old, 21, man. He's literally a lifetime older than this kid. Oof. Age discrepancy is mad. 11 and 1, 22 and 9. Do you think Chivivis is going to beat Rob? I think Chivivis is going to submit Rob, or Rob is going to shut him down. Rob, you know what's so funny, Ricardo? Rob has shut down, what's his name? He has shut down prospects recently. 3 of them. Jean Matsumoto, the guy with the long crazy hair, what's his name? Kyler Phillips. And there is one more guy. They were all upcoming prospects that they were feeding Rob Font to, and Rob Font is actually destroyed all 3 of them, and now they're doing it again. So let's see. Let's see if it works out. Let's see if this Rosas kid is what Dana White thought he was going to be at 17. Because believe it or not, bloody Dana White loves this kid. Let's see. Charles is very good on the ground. I can only see that's the only way he beats Max. I agree. Hey, bitterness everywhere. What's up? Chivivis. Praying for God for Spurs relegation. Please, yeah. I feel so bad for Utkarsh. To be honest, I think Alex can't beat Aspinall. That's why I wanted him to be stripped. I also don't think Alex can beat Aspinall. And you know what theory I use, FC Mobile? I use the theory of he got knocked out by Adesanya, who's a middleweight. Not saying Adesanya is a bad striker or anything, but if you think about how power is generated, if you can lose by knockout to Israel Adesanya, you probably could lose to a heavyweight that has the fastest hand speed in the division. Talbot? No, Talbot, that was not Rob Font. That was the Brazilian kid. What's his name? He's also surging crazily. What's his name? He's also been on a roll, man. But yes, they've been trying. Oh, man, look at Rob Font. What is this? What is this stance? He's getting really low, man. He's expecting the takedown. Let me just see. I'll tell you. But he shut down. He shut down 3 prospects back to back, if I remember correctly. Yep, Rob Font is very, very low, guys. Very, very low. It was not David Martinez. It was Kyler Phillips. No, I think it was just Kyler Phillips. Maybe I'm getting mixed up with the fighters. Let me just go check his card. How do you start watching UFC? And when I watched The Ultimate Fighter, it came on AXN, yeah, and I found it very weird. I was like, what is this rubbish? I was seeing Diego Sanchez like sit in a corner meditating and doing yoga, and I was like, what's up with this guy, man? He's a weird fellow. Uh, but yeah, I saw the Ultimate Fighter first season, and then it became much more formal for me when Brock Lesnar joined. That's when I started really watching. Just before Brock Lesnar, my first card I remember watching was UFC 110. For perspective, they are currently UFC 326. So I've been watching a long time. Ooh, ooh, Rob Font's looking sharp, people. Rob Font's looking sharp. Okay, let me have a look. John Matsumoto, Kyler Phillips. Ah, yes, it was John Matsumoto and Kyler. It wasn't three people. Sorry, it was two people. Both prospects, by the way. Then lost to David Martinez. Who last week just beat Marlon Vera. David Martinez is now, I think, a top 10 ranked fighter. Because he fought last week and he destroyed Marlon Vera. Oh, he took him down. Oh, Font's going to be in trouble now. Man, he was doing so well keeping a low stance. Do you think Chivivis beats Peyton Talbot? Bro, I gotta say I'm very, very impressed by his grappling. Yeah, I feel like if he takes it to the ground, he has a good chance. I really do think he has a good chance if he takes it to the ground. I mean, you saw how Rob Font came in. Rob Font came in super, super low. Look at this kid is really good. Look at the scramble. Oh, back take, spins out, shoots a double, completes it back to the ground. This kid's grappling is very, very good. This kid's grappling is very. He's 21 years old, man. He has so much to learn. I hope Max wins. Either way, I'll be devastated. Yeah, man. I like both of them. This is going to be a tough one. I like both of them. There's no win win for me in this one. This is only a lose lose. Yeah, yeah. Talbot likes grappling more. How the person who beat Talbot Ricardo was Hauni Basilos. Am I saying that right? Yes. He's also surging right now. Crazy. He used to be Jose Aldo's teammate. Jose Aldo's retired already. Hauni, they don't pronounce the R. Hauni Basilos. Man, he's strangling him. Look at him. Sorry, not strangling. He's smothering him. Foot over the back. Yo, oh boy. Rob Font's going to be in for a long 15, I think, guys. Who do you support today? Max or Oliveira? I love Max. I will choose him. I love Oliveira, dude. But I actually love Max too. I'm not going to enjoy this main event, man. I'm telling you. I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm really, really not going to enjoy it. I called a knockout in the first two matches. I favored Robocop. Robocop won. I favored Dober slightly just because of power, but when they started fighting, I was like, my God, Michael Johnson's picking him apart with the speed. But then Dober knocked him out, put him to sleep. This fight might actually go 15 minutes. Raul Rosas, complete domination of the first round. Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, that was no. Uh, my first full Brock Lesnar fight was UFC 116. It was Brock Lesnar after he underwent surgery for his for that disease he had against Shane Carvin. That was the first Brock Lesnar fight I saw. The first fight was I think UFC 108. It was Nogueira versus Velasquez. I think that is the first pay per view I've seen. Yeah, so I've been watching it for a while. Yeah. But that was 3 4 years after the Ultimate Fighter. The Ultimate Fighter, they showed the live finale. They showed Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner, and then they didn't really show UFC. So essentially they because AXN was a reality TV show channel. So this Ultimate Fighter was like this new concept. So I remember seeing it on AXN. They showed the finale, but then they didn't really show it anymore. Many years later, 10 Sports got the rights to UFC, and now we see it regularly. If Tom fights Alex, he ain't gonna stand and bang. He said it himself. One of those videos, he'll try to take him down for. He'll try to take him down for minute one for sure. But bro, who knows? Yeah, it's all mind games, isn't it? It is a fight after all. You're not really going to tell people what you're going to do, right? I don't think Tom is scared to stand in front of him. He's going to be the much bigger fellow anyway. But of course, strategically speaking, it would make more sense for him to. And look how low Rob Font is, and still Raul Rosas makes the takedown, drops in a single leg. Okay, here we go. This is interesting. Rob Font takes the back. Oh my god. What a sweep by Raul Rosas, man. I don't think I've even seen that sweep before. That's a crazy sweep by Raul Rosas Jr. from the back. That is crazy. People are giving the first round to Rob Font. Really? Interesting. Very interesting. People are giving the first round to Font. That's definitely a little surprising. Have you tried Fasso's rolls? No, what are those? I don't. I've never even heard of it until you just mentioned it. Man, look at him. He almost took his back. Nah, man. He's bullying Rob Font. He's bullying Rob Font. You think DDP will make a comeback? Depends on the matchup. Bitterness. Depends on the matchup. I think if he gets Brendan Allen, I think he has a chance to beat Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen is surging right now. Man, did you see what Sean Strickland did to Fluffy Hernandez? Shocking, man. Shocking. I thought as the rounds went on later, I thought Fluffy Hernandez is gonna get him. But it didn't go to the later rounds, did it? He used that body kick to great effect, man. The teep kick he uses in every fight. He used it to great effect, and my god. My god. What a performance by Strickland. Completely unexpected. 224, second round, Ras. That's my timer at least. Bro, he's bullying him, man. He's bullying him. He really is. Oh, he's back in guard again. Damn. She's straight up bullying Font. I used to watch UFC earlier just due to Anderson. Then he lost 16 fight win streak in the stupid man. I used to think no one could beat him. A lot of people thought that. Faso's the food chain. They make good rolls. It's not. It's not in Goa, Knuckle. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. I read that. Hello, Bihari Ronaldo. Do you watch Formula One? I do not, Bihari Ronaldo. I do not. But if I'm not mistaken, today there's a race, right? Because I think Akshata was talking about it. So enjoy that. I don't know. I don't know at what time it is, but enjoy it. What do you think of JDM versus Praches? It would be a great fight for sure. I'm actually a little bit worried for JDM a little bit because uh, I don't know if he's mentally recovered from that Islam Makhachev loss. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And Prachis has crazy power, man. So you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. It's a dangerous, dangerous fight. Third round incoming, man. I'm pretty sure Rosas won the first one too. I don't know why certain journalists have got him losing the first round. But it is what it is. I hope we ain't getting a trilogy of Strickland DDP. I don't think so because it wouldn't make sense, dude. Especially when Chimaev. Who knows when Chimaev is coming back, dude? Maybe DDP will get Imamov, dude. That'll be a fun fight. Strickland has already beaten Imamov. Look how low Rob Font is. It doesn't make any difference. He's gonna get taken down. Just watch. Ooh, you gotta be careful, Rob. Gotta be careful. He's gonna slide under. Rob Font is circling him. He's trying to trap him. Rob Font overcommitted. Now he's back on the ground. Fight's over, guys. Because of the race, I woke up this early after such a long time. 9:30. By the way, Ilya Justin. Yeah, we were watching that only Bihari Ronaldo. They showed the whole card. Just before this fight was going on, they released the whole card. The fights are okay, man. I don't think the fights are bad. They're not the best, but some of the fights are really good. Oh, we got a body lock on the legs. Rob Font's going nowhere, guys. Rob Font's going nowhere. Yeah, this fight's over. I don't need these because I don't think Rob Font's getting up. Australian GP. Oh, let's see. He's proving me wrong. He's on his feet. What's gonna happen though? I think he's gonna get dragged back down, isn't he? Still has the back. Still has the back. It's gotta be really careful, Rob. Back on the ground. Only on his knees though. Hello, Arpit. Good morning. Be honest, only Aspinall can beat Chimaev in the UFC. No one else has enough wrestling. Maybe Ankh. Bro, Ankh has no wrestling, man. I'm sorry. I thought he's one of those guys from Dagestan who can't wrestle. He's like Zabit. Because, God help me, he tried 10 takedown attempts on Alex Pereira. He couldn't even get him down once, dude. Dagestanis don't require 10 takedown attempts for to take down anybody, dude. Seriously. If he was really, really good at wrestling, he's clearly a much better striker, Ankalaev. Unfortunately for him, Alex Pereira is significantly better. Like if there's a straight kickboxing match, no one would even pick Ankalaev to win. So just a bad day for him. Uh, Someone asked me, what is. So Hamza asked me, what's the best fight you've seen in the UFC ever? That's a. Hmm. What's the best fight I've seen ever? Is a real tough one for me personally. One that I would recommend is seeing Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald. That was a crazy one. That was a crazy one. Another one I would recommend is Dan Henderson versus Shogun Rua. 2. They fought once in Pride. The second fight in the UFC. That was another crazy one. What else? What else? What else was a fun one? What was a one that goes, oh my god, what's happening? Ooh, Kelvin Gastelum versus Israel Adesanya. Pick one of those, dude. You can't go wrong. Pick any one of them. I think you'll like any one of them. Those were crazy. I was expecting John Jones, Alex Pereira in the White House. So you and everybody else, Bihari Ronaldo, you and everybody else. John Jones should either he should just decide to retire because 3 4 days ago, ooh, body roll. Oh, he's on. It's over. So the struggle was real. Raul Rosas Jr. finally has a number on his name, boys. My God, his grappling was excellent. Ooh, Imanari roll. Imanari roll into a knee bar. Nah, man. Rosas is too good. No Imanari rolls. What? I mean, sensational grappling by the kid, man. Sensational grappling by the kid. Wow. What a performance. I know it's not the most exciting after the first two matches, but who cares? He's a 21-year-old kid. He has plenty of time to get better. Plenty of time to get better. Plenty of time to get better. Don't, you know, I'm sure the crowd's booing him, but he has plenty of time to get better. And by the way, that was a grappling masterclass, huh? Let's keep it real. Was it the most exciting? No, but man, that kid was not in trouble except for the first half of the first round where Rob Font was simply staying super low. He was not in any danger in at all, not in any danger at all. Fantastic fight by Raul Rosas Jr. Who's winning, the one you supporting or the other? Man, I don't want to support anyone today, Arpit. I'm going to be very depressed today. 20 minutes for the first race of the season. Let's go. Is it? It's only 9:30. It's not even 9:30 yet. This card's almost over. Two more fights. Two more fights left. It's only 9:30. I mean, they're filling time these days, but still. Yeah, man, this kid is crazy. He's gonna get a top 10 opponent for sure. Knowing Dana White, he's gonna get a top 10 opponent. Geji is trashing Topuria. I'm shivering at how bad Geji is. Why would they put an American on American Independence Day card, dude, as the headliner? That's such a bad strategy, especially that match. They should have just done Kayla Harrison. Dude. I don't think she's fit though. Longest active win streaks in the bantamweight division, 5. He's shouting out God. He's shouting out his mom. He's calling out someone in the top 10. Conor versus Khabib wasn't an exciting match, Raz. It was it was a controversial match. Yeah. By the way, if you missed it, BRE Ronaldo. Oh, Mark Wahlberg's there. If you missed it, Joanna Jacek and Zhang Weili. Speaking of which, look, Robbie Lawler. I shout him out as one of the best. Oh no, Zuckerberg's here. Whatever. Puka Nakua, Los Angeles Rams wide receiver. Ooh, Mirab's here. Oh, look at Mirab. What a frightening man. What a frightening man with. He smiles like that, but he's just frightening. Um, Ooh, there's another fight, Hamza. I don't know if you're still here. Is Hamza still here? He asked me, and I just remembered one more. The fight that got inducted into the Hall of Fame today, Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. That was a crazy fight for women's fight, dude. Crazy. First women's fight to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's all you need to know. Nathan, what's your prediction? Who will win, Charles or Max? I want Max to win, dude. I just know it's not going to happen. Caio Borralho versus Reinier Derrida. Next up, co-main event, guys. 2 more fights left. Phantom saying Charles. God, I hope so. Romero versus Costa. Romero versus Costa was a fun one, yeah. Romero versus Costa was a fun one. Good shout. Did you sleep or will you sleep? I slept for a couple of hours. I think they were trying to get John, but John effed it up. Yeah, you know that's right? Because there's only one person at fault here for why things aren't happening. He used to do that whole let them pay me more thing. Then Dana White literally said we met your price and you still didn't fight. And then he was like later on, he was like, yeah, I effed up, man. They did give me the money. The money was on the table. Because normally the thing they like to do is they like to throw Dana White and the UFC under the bus, right? Not getting paid, not getting paid. Dana White called his bluff. He was like, man, we offered the money he wanted. He just didn't want to fight. And that was a very interesting look because normally, the fighters go, man, we don't duck anyone, this, that, we fight in front of 20,000 people in our underwear. We are tough guys. And then John Jones is like, yeah, I effed up. They offered me the money. I didn't take the fight. So, you kind of are right, Raz. It's probably John effed it up is probably right. Best ever fight was easily Romero versus Adesanya. No, bro, you really think that's better than Adesanya versus Gastelum? Adesanya versus Gastelum was fire, dude. In Chicago. Fire, that one. Yeah, speaking of which, they're promoting vacant belt. Carlos Alberg versus Yuri Prohaska. Funny enough, Carlos Alberg I think is on the biggest win streak in the division. I believe it's 8 matches. Sorry, correction. It just said 9 there. Is his teammate? Let's see what happens. Josh Van also is fighting on this card. Okay. This is the Miami card next month, right? Tatsuro Taira, 18-1. Is that the record? Ooh. 18-1 is the record. Interesting. That flyweight fight is a pick'em, huh? Taira's third in the world. Josh Van, fluke win because of injury due to Pantoja. Let's see. Most significant strikes per minute. Carlos Olberg is 1. Prohaska is 4. 6.5 significant strikes a minute. Ooh. Okay. Comedy Nathan seems like you didn't watch Romero's Adesanya snooze. Oh, sorry. I did. That's why I was wondering why you said it. It wasn't a snooze fest, dude. It was Romero not understanding how the fight game works. He did win the dance off though, FC Mobile, to be fair. He did win the dance off. I think Adesanya also got shocked. He was like doing a little dancing, and then this guy does some kind of salsa thing and then jumps into a backflip, and then he looks at him and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything now." In his jeans. He had a backflip in his jeans, dude, and a split. Ugh. What a athletic freak Yoel Romero is. He's still fighting, by the way. He's 48 years old. And he's knocking out fools bare knuckle. What was it? Bare knuckle MMA? That's what it is, right? No, dirty boxing. Dirty boxing. Mike Perry's promotion. Mike Perry, dirty boxing. I don't know how it's boxing with takedowns. It's something like that, man. He's 48 years old. He's putting people to sleep still, dude. He's looking like the biggest freak in the world. And you said Charles or Max. I was like, when did Nathan start watching F1? I did the same thing. I did the same thing when Akshata was on the channel. If we were talking about that, someone asked in the chat Charles or Max, and she was like Max, Max. I'm like, no, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about UFC. She's like, oh, I thought you were talking about Verstappen. I'm like, no, we weren't talking about Verstappen. Oh, that was hilarious. What are the chances she's on the chat when someone asks me about UFC and she's getting all excited about the F1? That was hilarious, dude. She was like Max Verstappen. I started laughing. I was like, oh no, I better correct her before she goes on a rant. Uh, Adorable. But yeah, you weren't the only one, Arpit, who thought that. Let's just say that. To be honest, you was above 60 for sure. They're just hiding it. You know how it works in Cuba, my friend. Nobody knows how old anybody is. Hey Rahul, what's up? What's up? Nobody knows how old anybody is in Cuba. I was on that stream. That was hilarious. What are the chances though? That is actually a great point though. What are the chances? Right? Because they only went by first name. What are the chances that you aren't talking about F1? Especially when there is an F1 on the same day. Okay. The leader of the fighting nerds. Can he get a dub? I don't know, man. Is Derrida gonna get really fraud checked today? We're gonna see. Today is the day Reinier Derrida is either elite or gets fraud checked. Let's see. I actually think he'll do well. And F1 is the most overrated sport. If you have a good car and engine, then driver skill becomes non-existent. Yeah, I don't know how it works, dude. But that's kind of what Akshata said. When Akshata was like, uh, what did she say? She I forgot which company she talks. She was like Ferrari has a better car, so they're going to win. I was like, I don't know what that means. But okay. Yeah. What happened to your hair? No. Okay. Thanks. Okay, my mom's dropped me a tea. Oh, God, it's so hot, but I can't drink it. So today's the match. I think if Borralho loses, he doesn't get fraud checked simply because I actually think Derrida has fought better competition. Right? He's even fought Robert Whittaker. But if Derrida loses, I'm afraid he's going to be fraud checked. Max had the fourth best car last year and still end up almost winning the championship. Now I know you haven't watched F1 even once. No, but I don't. You know what, Bihari Ronaldo? I've heard this thing where if you have a good car, you have an advantage or something like that, man. It's not the first person that Rahul's not the first person who said that. I've heard many people say that. I don't know what any of that means, but I've definitely heard people say something similar. Yeah, but there is a cap on how much you can spend in your car. Also, Mercedes have built a rocket ship. Hmm. There's a cap on how much you can spend on your car. Feel like F1's a little more complicated than I thought it was. Oh, whoa, whoa, okay. Yo, relax, man. Sunglasses indoors is a bit of a interesting look by Borralho, especially when they already have the fighting nerds glasses. Man's wearing sunglasses indoors in a stadium, so in an arena, I should say. It's not a stadium. You better win, buddy. You better win if you're walking through the crowd with sunglasses. That's for sure. It's my opinion. Fine. Yeah, obviously you have an advantage, but strategies are driving and play a vital role. Hmm. So is there a reason all cars aren't the same and therefore it is just completely dependent on your ability to drive? Wouldn't that like it's actually very complicated, not the race itself, but okay, yeah, like the all the other things about it. Hmm. McLaren have a much better car and Red Bull don't have the car of that level. Still, Max got it till last day. Fastest car wins F1 in a nutshell. That's a funny. See, this is what I'm saying. Some people say that even. So it's like, is it as simple as that? Interesting. Yes. Good morning, Rando. Well, it was a great game. Two great games yesterday in the FA Cup. And then City also played, but never mind. But I have to say, the Wrexham Chelsea game, I said it. It's going to be a tough game, guys. These guys might be in the Premier League next year. And then Mansfield Town decided to, bro. I'm still thinking about Mansfield Town, dude. Like, what's going on over there? Seriously, um, what a performance by those guys here. Love it. Ooh, and something by the way. Now people will say, "Oh, you look at Nathan. He's making excuses again." When we played Grimsby Town, right? When we played Grimsby Town, they were like towards the bottom of League Two. I had a look yesterday because I'm curious to see if Gary Neville's actually going to have a successful football club or not. And Salford at the moment, Salford are looking like they are going to have a good chance to move up. And just next to Salford in the playoff positions is Grimsby Town. It's almost like they took the momentum of beating us, beating another. I think they beat another Premier League team in the next round, and they continue their momentum into the league. Do they might actually come up? They might actually come up. I was like, damn man, look at these people. You get one good win and it can create so much momentum for your club. When I saw them, it looked like they were going to get relegated into the National League. Now it looks like they're going to get promoted to League One. Then you see Mansfield Town put that performance, and you're like, man, it's so tough. Yeah, these lower divisions in England. Seriously, the ground. I think Rando said it best yesterday. The ground is like a home. It's like a proper home field advantage because you understand how the turf works when it comes to ground passes. It's like a proper home advantage, like a real one. Uh, anyway, that was my rant on the FA Cup. It was a good night of games yesterday. It's a good night of games yesterday. I feel the FA Cup did us proud yesterday. City got through. Chelsea effed up my parlay. You picked Wrexham to win, or you picked by number of goals? Who's playing today? Championship. Only one game. QPR, Middlesbrough, League One, Wimbledon, Northampton. Is that the only games today? Man, there's nothing going on today except the cricket match, huh? I suppose that's a good thing. Wimbledon, Northampton Town. Where are they? Wimbledon's 14th in League One. Northampton Town is in relegation zone. Bolton might finally come up this year. Oh, wait, hold on. No, they're going to have to do a playoff again. Damn, man. When is Bolton actually is Bolton ever going to get to the league? Oh, here we go. This crazy fellow who barks is there in the crowd. Now I realize why he's there. Caio is in the fight. Match is about to start, guys. Juventus beat Pisa 4-0 yesterday. Nah. Marseille beat Toulouse. Greenwood again scored a goal. That's really frustrating when you read that. What are the games today? Leeds, Norwich, Fulham, Southampton, Port Vale, Sunderland. Is there only 3 games in the FA Cup today? Fulham, Southampton, Port Vale, Sunderland, Leeds, Norwich, and West Ham, Brentford. Glad I did a watch long yesterday because today there's nothing to watch. I suppose West Ham, Brentford is interesting. Okay, we're gonna see if Derrida is gonna get fraud checked today. Okay. My team has played so boring. First off, I slept and missed Pedri magic. You know who didn't? Lala. Lala was on Asha and Piyush's cross stream, and instead of watching Newcastle Man City, he's watching the Barcelona game. Then nut shot. Then Yamal scores, and then while he's sleeping on the couch, he starts celebrating. I was like, come on, yaar. He's like lying down and he's celebrating the goal. Don't worry, dude. Even I went to sleep. I attempted to sleep at least. Yes, Nathan, having the fastest car does have its advantage, but it's not simply just having the fast car and winning the title. Whenever there is a wet race, fast car becomes irrelevant. Hmm. I assume it's because it's more about the learning how to drive on gripping on a wet surface. My first season, I hope Ferrari does good. The other reason I know about this sport. Pep is banned for the next 2 games. He took a 6th yellow card. That can't be right. He's got 6 yellow cards as a coach? Nah, man. Come on. Seriously? Anfield were really good. They could have scored 2-3. Hard luck. Oh, just the game, man. There are 2 championship drivers and constructors in drivers. 20 drivers compete. But in constructors, 10 teams of 2 drivers per team. Each team gets the point of both the drivers. And like the PL, you get money. Hmm. Constructors championship, though, I know because it goes by teams, right? And there is two racers in a team. That much I know. The only reason I know that much is because I used to watch F1. Watch is not the right word. I used to keep track of the F1 because I used to watch a lot of cricket, and there was this time where Ferrari gifted Ralph Schumacher gifted a Ferrari. You know how you know how it is. It's not he didn't give it to himself obviously, but Ralph Schumacher gave a Ferrari to Tendulkar, and this is how I kept track of it. I was like, who's this guy giving people Ferraris, dude? Obviously, it wasn't his Ferrari to give, but because I remember reading that and I found that very fascinating. So then that's when I kept track. And I remember some of the old school drivers, even Michael Schumacher, Ralph Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen, Kimi Raikkonen. Um, I remember a couple of other guys. When the names, I can't remember them now, but I remember the names back in there. Obviously, we had an Indian driver, Narayan Karthikeyan was. Oh my God! Derrida walked right into that right hand by Borralho. Borralho is looking really smooth right now. The fraud check's working at the moment. Oh my God! Reinier is getting picked apart. Bro, Borralho, who's much shorter, is finding it a lot easier to touch him at the moment. When is Derrida going to actually drop in for a takedown, or is he not interested in this fight? Borralho played some mind games in the press conference. He's like, I know in all his fights in the UFC, he has dropped down for a takedown in the first minute. So Derrida's like, nah, man, we're gonna stand in the first round, and I'm gonna eat these shots. He finally drops for a takedown. He gets the takedown. Ooh, hold on. Oh boy, here you go, back take. Oh, Borralho's got to be really careful here because there's over a minute, plenty of time to sub somebody. Oh, Borralho grabs the fence. Naughty, naughty. How easy Derrida took him down though. Chelsea effed up my. I read that starting. Nah, they lost to Wolves, Nathan. Didn't watch the game. Just know my about Dowman was bowling. Dowman was very very good. That kid, poor kid Salmon though, started out well, ended out not so well. Granted, he is the kid though, so wouldn't really be worried about it. Correction, this year there are 22 drivers in 11 teams. Oh, they have extended. I chose Chelsea to win. Wait, but Chelsea did win. Why did Chelsea F up your parlay? I'm confused. Okay, now I'm going to sleep. I only slept for 2 hours after the Barcelona match. Enjoy it. Take care, Knuckle. Thank you for keeping me company for almost all of it. Juventus beat Pisa, dude. You know, like the Leaning Tower. They also have a team. Pisa, Pisa. Reason I don't watch F1 is Ferrari is being shit. This year they might have a chance. Interesting. Brother, Ferrari had a decent car last year. Also, their team principles were genuinely rubbish. Lala was also watching Atletico Madrid Real Sociedad. Yeah, he did that. I wasn't watching that because I was obviously on Isha's channel. As soon as we were done, I'm like, why are you live? It was like, get lost. I'm like, okay, man, I'm going to bed, bud. Good night. And then he's like, yeah, I think it's time to close the stream. And then he's like lying down watching Barcelona match while Piyush is stressed out as hell because Newcastle took the lead early in the game. Yeah. Ferrari's Man United, thanks. Good morning, Homelander. How have you recovered from yesterday's possible heart attack? This YouTube playable game with stream is so good. Australian GP's on, yes. That's kind of what we were talking. I mean, even though I don't watch, that is kind of what we were talking about. Chelsea didn't win in 90 minutes, and if you pick, hard luck, Raz. Hard luck. Oh, that it's not a straight out win, huh? You got to win in 90. What kind of nonsense rule is that, dude? Win's a win, isn't it? Or it should be at least. Homeland is just hanging in there. He and Rock Baba suffering. I don't know. Yeah, as long as they don't get Arsenal and City, based on what I just saw, the remaining matches are they should be okay. They should be okay. How hilarious it would be if Arsenal got Man City in the FA Cup. That would be hilarious. Both of them are going for a quadruple, and then they have to play each other in the next round. That would be great. What is it? Tomorrow is the draw, I believe. FA Cup draw. It's tomorrow because the Brentford match is at 1 o'clock tonight. After that, after the Brentford match ends, they do the draw automatically. Nobody's going to be awake for that draw because nobody's going to be watching that match. But yes, Borralho is controlling him, man. I had a feeling this is the match that I thought was going to be a snooze fest. I thought Rosas would tap out for a font eventually, but this is the match that I thought was definitely going to go to a decision. They had to break the momentum, guys. They had to do it. Yeah, I respect Wrexham more for sure now. You better tell that to Suraj. Dude. Suraj thinks they're still crap. They don't have Premier League heritage. Well, not yet at least. Not yet. Bro, you know what's the best part, Homelander? I love how confident Ishan was like, Chelsea is going to beat PSG. And I'm like, based on what? What's the metric we are basing this on? He's like, I'm telling you, the English teams are all going to go through to the next round. I'm like, all of them? He's like, all of them. I'm like, Newcastle, Barcelona? He's like, you'd be surprised. Newcastle could shock you. I'm like, it could happen. We're going to find out in a couple of days. It could happen. Did you watch Wrexham Chelsea? I did not, Hamza. I did not because I was on Ish's live stream. But his Ish's charity live stream, I should say. But we were keeping tabs of the score while being on live stream. Yeah, we watched. We were. I think I was still on a stream after 90 minutes, and then I watched like the last few minutes, like the last 10 minutes, where Chelsea scored the fourth goal, basically. Yeah, kind of missed though. Ryan Rand seems to be very passionate about Wrexham. He seems to understand the culture. You know, he's standing up, he's clapping the players. Seems to understand the culture. Maybe finally we got some good American owners in the league. Oh, okay. These guys are getting sloppy now. Borralho is eating these punches. They don't seem to be hurting him as much. Feel like Derrida is getting way more affected by the punches. Be honest, I've not kept track of this match. I'm very curious to see who wins it. I felt like Borralho got the better shots in the first round. Then it ended with that Derrida takedown. So that let's see what happens. Third round. Man, 5 minutes away, guys, from the main event. Now, extra time, like when the 30 minutes had it, then it's best bet reset for 30 minutes. That's crazy, man. Oh, what kind of that? That's 100% a scam, no? I feel like that's a scam. I feel when you go Chelsea to win, it's Chelsea to win. It's a very smart scam, to be fair, because you're always going to get extra time in the FA Cup. So it's definitely a good scam. Hamza, I don't know if you heard, but I gave you recommendations about fights you'd like to watch. When I saw your chat a little bit late, but I did give recommendations for fights. So the Chelsea PSG game could be interesting as PSG are out of form and we rested most of our first choice players. But then again, after that horror show yesterday, I will not speak a lot. Listen, yeah, anything's possible, of course. Still, anything is possible. I mean, to be fair, you'll already beat PSG this year. I mean, well, it's not this year anymore, I suppose. But you'll have beaten PSG the last time we all played each other. So why not? Oh, okay, okay. This is swinging. Damn, man. Why is Borralho's hands right down? Borralho's hands are on the by his side. Oh man, Derrida's doing this thing where he's like putting his head down and sticking his hands out. If Caio switches and tries to do a leg kick, he might get. Ooh! Off balance. Oh, is Derrida tired? I can't tell. Derrida's striking is starting to get really sloppy. Derrida might have narrowly won around his grappling pressure and control. 1-1 entering the last round. Borralho with the takedown. This is interesting. Oh, sorry, I wasn't. I'll revise it. No, no, I'll tell you. I'll tell you my recommendations, Hamza. I'll tell you my recommendations. Tell you them again. And hopefully the Ahmedabad curse doesn't strike twice. Surya seems to be confident he better perform today. Also, it's his last game. Bro, you know who really better perform today? Abhishek, dude. Yeah. All those ads can't save him for his terrible performances. The ad merchants of the IPL, they can't save you, dude, if you decide to ghost every week. There's a match. Is the same idea that defeated future Bo Nickel? Yeah. And don't forget Robert Whitaker as well. That's what I'm saying. No, he might get fraud checked today. It's kind of alarming how he can have such a good year last year and then such a bad one. Um, so my choices were, my first choice was Rory McDonald versus Robbie Lawler. I think it was UFC 170 something, 172, 170, 172, one of them. Crazy fight for the welterweight title. Um, Another one is Dan Henderson versus Shogun Rua. It was their second fight technically. They fought once in Pride. You might have to put two there. I don't know. Just type UFC otherwise if you want to search for it. A third fight was the Gastelum versus Adesanya. That was a banger. Um, and the fourth one was actually the one that got inducted in the Hall of Fame today. Dude, the first women's fight ever. Joanna versus Weili Zhang. Might be good. What's the best UFC match ever and why is it Khabib? It's not Khabib Corner, Hamza. The reason it's not Khabib Corner is because the fighting was not great. The build up was great. It got a little crazy. It got a little personal. One can argue the excitement happened after the fight. If you know, you know. But the fight itself, there are better fights. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was definitely a very anticipated fight. Arguably, Conor took Khabib's first round. A lot of people say it in the third round. A lot of people, the judges gave Conor the third round. I think that might be the first round he lost since his debut. A round doesn't count, by the way. Losing a round means nothing. This is they just have to score the rounds. But yes, apparently he might have, that's the first first round he may have lost. Oh wow. Is Borralho getting tired? Is Borralho getting tired? Does that takedown take all his energy? They're both kind of being a little sloppy here. Oof. Derrida's doing this thing where he punches and his whole head is going down. Seriously. Oh, it's getting messy. They're getting tired. 1 more minute left of the slop fest. They just expended all their energy. They're way better technically than this, but they've just gotten tired. For the clicks, it was great, absolutely. As someone who watched the build up and the whole fight and everything, it was great. But in terms of fights, I think you'll see the ones I've recommended to you were quite good. Wow, they're on par for strikes in the first round and the third round. And only 2 strikes difference in the second round. Was this fight this boring? They barely thrown strikes at each other. Curious to see who wins. What do you mean how many English teams will go through the quarterfinals? Oh, sorry. Who do you think? What do you think? How many teams? I think Chelsea and uh, I think Chelsea is gonna have a tough time. I think Man City is gonna have a tough time, and I think Newcastle are gonna have a tough time. I think Liverpool, Arsenal will go through, and I don't know what to expect from Spurs, man. The easiest answer is they are going to get knocked out, but I don't know. I think out of Chelsea, Man City, and Newcastle, I think Chelsea has the best chance to go through because they've already done it. That Liverpool game in Turkey, though, man, I don't know, yeah. We played Galatasaray in Turkey. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. We control the game. We controlled so much of the game and still ended up losing because of that donkey Onana. I don't know. The atmosphere was absolutely insane at Galatasaray. Absolutely insane. It could change the game. But Newcastle, I don't give a chance to, man. Newcastle, I don't. I think Newcastle will definitely not go through. Chelsea has a chance. Man City has a chance. Liverpool have a chance. Spurs and Newcastle, I've written off. Spurs, I don't know what to expect. Spurs and Newcastle are probably the teams that aren't going to go through. I won't be surprised if the other four go through. The teams that are definitely going to go through is Arsenal. I think no matter what, Arsenal is going to go through. I think Arsenal has probably the most favorable match out of all of them. Um, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City have really tough games. It could go either way for me, 50-50. Uh, I think Newcastle and I think Newcastle and Spurs chances are really really low. I think I can only guarantee one team in the next round. I think it's Arsenal. Anything can happen apart from that. Okay, let's see what this decision is going to be. It's going to be Caio, isn't it? Yep, Derrida got fraud checked apparently. I didn't hear the scores by the way, but it doesn't matter. He lost. The scores are unanimous decision. Oof. All right, guys. The moment we have been waiting for is upon us. The main event. No interview? Oh, there is an interview. Never mind. Oh, the neck tattoo isn't great, is it? Okay, where are we? Let me catch up with the chat. Romero versus Costa. Romero was Costa was good. Yes, that was also a good one. Abhishek shouldn't even play today. Gill would have done better than him, and I don't like Gill. Ghani ads can't save him. Bro, they're all becoming ad merchants. The whole lot of them. Bro, I saw Bumrah doing ads and I started I was like, come on, man, not you even. Not you even, yeah. Come on. Can't change lineup for one match, it's final. Wow, Caio Borralho is talking shit. Pro Diddler's cardio so bad. Derrida. Um, yeah, looks like they gassed out by the third round, didn't they? Kamaru Usman Hamzat was also good. That was a good fight. It was a good fight because the third round, after the first two rounds, no one expected, right? What he took the fight on like 15 days' notice. Even Hamzat versus Gilbert Burns, the third round, he faded in both third rounds. He got very lucky there. He got very lucky. It wasn't a 25-minute match. Damn. Caio was called out DDP. But he beats he's number 7, he beats the number 8 guy, and Drickus is like what's Drickus' number? Hamzat? Hamzat Himamov Strickland? Drickus? Drickus 3? Joe Burrows, they're from the Cincinnati Bengals. Quarterback. Sandhagen's there. God, that mustache is terrible. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Free Arman. Free Arman. Look at him. Free Arman with the handcuffs. Diego Lopez is there. How is this guy fighting in 4 months' time again? 3 months' time? Bussin' with the Boys podcast. Justin Gaethje is there. We saw him earlier. All right. Enough. Enough with the waiting. The actual fight's about to show up. Yes, Slytherin, we know. Australian GP. Have a great day, guys. Good night. Good morning, hipster. Good morning, Lala. Good night, Lala. You're not watching the Australian GP? Second leg, Anfield, Galatasaray away. So shit. Telling you that Galatasaray game, that home game in Galata, Turkey, one of the worst experiences in recent memory for me. Bloody Onana. Lala, आप F1 भी start कर दो इंडी ऑडियंस में कोई नहीं कर सकता. So first mover advantage मिलेगा. I don't think Lala watches F1 either. Liverpool ain't winning against Galatasaray. I have no idea about F1. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why doesn't Akshata not do F1 watch alongs, dude? She's so annoying. They would absolutely love it. Lala, you have to tell her to do F1 watch alongs. Be a good strategy. If Oshiman is playing Liverpool, won't win that match. Really? Ooh. Interesting. Good night, Lala. Bodo and Barca not qualify for semis. Do you think it would be an upset? Come on, you can't lose to Newcastle, man. Come on. What they beat us? They beat us with a 95-minute winner. So what? So that means you should lose to them. Come on, bro. Man City destroyed them. The scoreline might not indicate it as such, but Man City destroyed them yesterday, dude. Are you trying to tell me you can't beat Newcastle? They're 12th, 10th, whatever. They're in the second half of the table, dude. Come on, man. It would be an upset if Barcelona doesn't beat Newcastle. Come on. Bodo. No, man. The run's going to end some point of time. The run's going to end some point. It might be a little bit of an upset considering what Bodo has done recently. Even Arsenal will struggle against Leverkusen. You think so? Did you ever buy Bo Nickel stocks? Personally, I thought he would be fraud checked. Second, he faced a half decent. Witness everywhere. I don't buy any stocks because this is the worst spot to buy stocks in anybody. To be very honest with you, the man after two fights, after two can crushers, he's calling her Hamzat Chimaev. I'm like, bro, come on. Okay, we get it. You're a D1 three-time national champion. This, that, and the other. Penn State. Great story, bro. But can we just like, can we be a little realistic? You don't have the accolades to call out Hamza Chimaev. You just don't. The only reason you would have got a Hamza Chimaev fight is because there is a hype train behind you, not because you have earned it. And he fights Derrida, and everyone's like, man, Derrida is being thrown to the wolves. Look like Bo Nickel was being thrown to the wolves in the end. Bro, can you believe Charles Oliveira? This is his 16th year. This is his 16th year in the UFC, guys. Can you imagine? He made his debut when he was 20 years old. He's 36 now. That's how long he's been doing this. And Max Holloway, this is his 14th year in the UFC. He joined when he was 21. Crazy. Jaiswal and Gaikwad are good. Are they ever going to get a chance before everyone else retires? So Arman's hand is cuffed. Is that a poke? Yeah, exactly. Free Arman, dude. Free Arman. All this money and Charles can't get a transplant? Bro, I don't think the Brazilians care as much as European people do, dude. You know what? For A matter of fact, I don't think we even do it as much as we should. There's a certain pride of, not wanting people to know you have fake hair, dude. I guess. Lopez both legs were broken after fight with both. Really? How how is he fighting in June, dude? It's already booked. It's already booked. He's part of the White House card. How? How? Yeah, so damn, this year's going to be interesting. The cars look competitive, really. It's okay. It's okay. I read it anyway. It's all good. So Hindi is so good. Why don't you start Hindi? Because my Hindi is not good enough to communicate. My Hindi is good enough to read. I could read the hell out of a book if you want me to, but communication is very different. Copy that Osimhen press. Liverpool ain't winning. It's like 6-3 featuring Dembe. Lala is in for a long night when they go to Turkey. I'm just going to say that. Who called out Kamzat? Bo Nickel called out Hamzat after two matches, fighting absolute cans. They had terrible records, dude. He knocked them out. He finished them in one round, and he called out Hamzat Chimaev, who at the time was like second in the middleweight division. I was like, bro, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. Yo, he's like, sure. Hamzat's like, bro, you gotta win some fights, man. I'm not coming to fight you. What do I get by beating you? I get nothing. You get my ranking, I get nothing. You have fought two times in the UFC, both entry level UFC fighters. If I fight you, I get nothing. If you fight me, you get a third rank. I can't get your Division 1 wrestling titles by beating you. I get nothing. It's like, I'm calling you out, Hamzat Chimaev. I can beat you right now. Like, crazy. When people talk mad like that, no, you are not much you can say about it. Anyway, it's about to start, guys. Charles is making his walkout. Almost bottled against UA. That's fine. Hello, Soman. It's been a while, buddy. How are you? Doku versus Trent. Valverde saving Trent, or he is getting buried by Spanish media. Bo Nickel, let's be clear. Hamzat will bend Bo Nickel like he did with Duplessis. No, his theory, Raz, is see, his theory is very believable because what he says is I fought a lot of people who wrestle the way Hamzat does, the style of wrestling. So if you go by that logic, you can go, okay, makes sense. You fought a lot of Russians, you wrestled a lot of Russians in international wrestling tournaments. You may have done you may have seen the style or whatever you want to call it, right? Oh, that's Charles's father, by the way. If Charles wins, he wants his father to put the belt on him. Dana White told him, "I'm gonna do that." So that's nice. I think that's his wife and his children. There you go, Charles. I keep forgetting all of them dye their hair blonde. That's part of the ritual. Can you imagine if I dyed my hair blonde and I had like a full black beard? I don't think that's a good idea. But yes, so Raz, what was I saying? Basically, he's wrestled Russians before, and he thinks he'll able to counter his wrestling because he's a better wrestler. What he doesn't realize is that Hamza Chimaev can put you to sleep with his hands. Also, especially if you can't strike. So that was his theory of why he called him out after two matches. Vaseline copy. What do you think of Yiri versus Olberg? I got Yiri by Samurai Scream. Based on caliber opponent, Yiri should definitely win, and he should probably win by chaos and finish. But I don't know, man. Maybe Alberg fights a smart match. You never know. You never know. By the way, Yeri is fighting 10 days before his wife or his partner gives birth to the child. And, and it was hilarious. He was like, my partner has allowed me to fight. I was like, this guy. My partner's allowed me to fight. She's going to give birth 10 days after the fight. That's the predicted date. I was like, and did anyone see the video of him? So a UFC guy asked him, "Are you free? What's happening?" To tell him like about this update. He's going to get the title match. He is free climbing a cliff in Mexico, and he has no harness. He has no nothing, and he takes a video showing this press person that he is currently doing this. No safety, pans the camera down. He's like, I'm almost at the top, guys. And then he pans the camera down. He's free climbing when his partner is pregnant with their child. No harness, no nothing. In Mexico. If that's not the definition of crazy, I don't know what is. So he's a very odd fellow. It's a very odd fellow. You will look like El Pencho. You'll be called Chapri Nathan. Do all of them just do the blonde and everyone thinks they are a Chapri if they just go blonde? Hell bitch. Yeah. Mm. Bo Nickel is dumb. Didn't know MMA wrestling is different from the Olympic wrestling. He knows that, but his conclusion is basically the way he wrestles. He feels that the way he wrestles is is can be neutralized by the way he wrestles. In other words, this is his deduction, I believe. Yeri winning by headbutting the opponent. Headbutting Siddharth, man. All right. Most significant strikes in UFC history: 3,655 strikes. 3,655 strikes. That's a lot of punches. That's a lot of punches and kicks. Blonde is still fine, but not golden with skinny jeans above ankle at the taller of the thighs. It's taking that. Yeah, listen. Okay, nobody. I'm definitely not doing all of that. Okay. Oh wait, you were talking about the okay. You're talking about the chapri people or the people they call chapri. Understood. Yeah, the jeans above ankle length is an interesting look. Why? I mean, sure. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get the above ankle length jeans when you can just buy jeans that go all the way down. But fair enough. I just get up late. Can you tell me who won? Well, nobody won because the main event's about to happen, Arush. So if you didn't want to watch any fight except the main event, you're right on time. Yes, of course, with a KTM. Yeah, apparently they kind of destroyed the reputation of KTM a little bit, didn't they? Charles, don't you dare fight Max in the middle of the ring in the last minutes. Just dye your hair pink, bro. Yeah, don't think I'm gonna do that either, dude. It's going to. I don't want to have that much of crossover appeal, dude. Dio have whip gear color. It's like a sympathizer. No thanks, dude. It's okay. Just Charles, don't do anything stupid. Please don't do anything stupid. That's all. Same thing happened with Tar and Kreta. These people look too relaxed. Too. They've been fighting for too long. These two. Which motorbikes I don't care about motorbikes, dude. I don't care about cars or bikes. As long as it takes me from one place to another, I'm very happy. Any bike's good. We got a couple of Activas. I'm all good. I'm not that fussed. Yeah, honestly. You dye your hair if you are Chad like Charles. Well, you know why he's losing his hair, right? He keeps putting this bloody peroxide in his hair, dude, over the years. He's starting to lose all his hair. Looks like Ferrari effed up again. The only way I proudly can say that we have bankrupted a company. It's a work only. Show with Charlie, fellow comedians once did. Actually, KTM is very good bike, but the amount of usage by a certain style of people ruin that's what I meant, Abhishek. That's what I mean. It seems like a very good bike. I've never been on one, but yeah. Duke 390 underrated. Activa is also considered a Chapri school. Yeah, but dude, my one of my Activas is like 13 years old, bro. I'm very happy with them. Hello, Nitesh. No, even someone asked a question to Maxim Press. He always says we're going to find on Saturday. Yeah, he does do that a lot actually. His wife and his two little babies. Good morning, Siddharth. Splendor and Luna. Splendor was a man. The Splendor used to be everywhere, dude. Splendor used to be everywhere. It's a good bike. Thing with Tar is that they start modifying with high beams and illegal flashlights allowed. Bro, they do that all the time here in Goa, and they actually blind you. I don't know how it's not even street legal. The cops do nothing about it. Yes, bro. Like people are losing it. This guy is dying as I always. Maybe he's confident in looking bald, dude. Maybe he doesn't care. Activa is not a chapri. I mean, listen. I used to like Tar, but some people ruined it. The old Tar used to look cool, dude. The new Tar just looks. I don't know. There's something about the old Tar that look nice. Dio is for sure. Isn't the Dio like discontinued now? Oh, look at I didn't even notice the shots. Oh, they got both of them have custom shots, dude. I've seen Holloway's custom shots before. Charles's custom shots look nice. I don't like white, so Max's shots look really nice though. Actually, I have a Creta and they ruined the image. I'm sure you'll be fine as long as you don't have the blonde hair, dude. What about the RX 100? RX 100 also. You used to see them all over the place. Just a good old Royal Enfield, dude. Just a basic Enfield you'd see everywhere. Bullet. Now everyone wants to modify that even. It's kind of annoying. Did Michael Johnson win? Do you want the spoiler or do you want to watch it? Let me know. Then I can answer your question. Do you really, if you don't have any desire on watching it, I'll tell you. Ooh, Oliveira's chasing. Oh, what's happening? Oh, what a takedown by Charles. Body lock takedown by Charles. Wow, that is such a smart way of doing it. He wraps both his hands by his waist and then picks him off the ground. That is a beautiful trip there because Max's takedown is very good. That is a very smart way of doing it, Charles. Picks him off the ground, no drive. Spoil it. Michael Johnson got For lack of a better word, in the first round he was winning with speed, but Drew Dober clearly looked like he had more power behind the shots. And then Dober slapped him in the second round. Really bad. One of those knockouts where your head hits the canvas even. Quite bad knockout. Ooh, Charles just walks around his guard. Holloway doesn't even try to get up. He just walks across his guard. He's in side control. He's in very high side control is as Charles. You got to be really careful here, Max. You got to be really careful here. You're away from the cage. Oh, he's giving his back to Charles. Oh, back mount. Oh, Charles got him. Charles got him in street climbing. Oh. He's got the squeeze. He's got the squeeze. You're having a laugh. Oh, wow. Max has gone down to a knee. Oh, he's in a very awkward position here as Max. Oh, what's happening? Is it happening? Is it happening? Oh, he's turning the other way, Max. Great defense by Max there. But right now, Charles does not have the angle for the body lock. If he did, he would have been in real trouble right now. The hand fighting. Oh, he switched grip. He switched sides now as Oliveira. Great composure there by Max. This is a very awkward angle for Max. He's like leaning on his arm. He's to the side. All forward pressure. He's holding up Charles's weight. Bro, if Charles Oliveira finishes them by submission. Thar isn't suitable for cities. Too loud inside. Isn't it comfortable as other SUV, which are way cheaper and is meant for trips and off-roading and not traffic? Yes. It is meant for all those things, but people still buy it anyway. Charles going to go in. Yep. Charles is locked in. He looks locked in. Nowadays, every fighter has tattoo all over their body. Some of them are cover-ups because I remember Charles actually had no tattoos when I first saw him. Then he had, I think he had a tattoo of his parents there, but then you can still see it. But then then it's like joined to a bigger piece all over. Oh wow! There's a lot of conservation of energy here. Oh, he's setting back. Okay, this is a little bit better in terms of pressure for Max. He's still gonna be fighting his hands though for the whole round. Hello, Bharat. Love Charles, but got a bet on Max. Yeah, you probably still got a bet on Max, but still, you still got to survive 1 minute of this, dude. It's not exactly easy. Oh, he's got the body. Has he got the body lock? Yes. Charles has got the body lock now. Max is trying to block that body lock. Oh! Face crank! Oh, he's going to slip over. No, he slipped over. No. Oh no, yeah. Arey, he's fighting the body lock even from Charles. He's not getting this lock on the side. Charles, Max is smiling. Look at Max smiling. What's the reaction? Why is Charles kissing Max? Yeah, look at that smirking seriously. Great submission defense by Max, dude. Very calm right now. Damn. Charles Oliveira's legs are gonna be toast at this rate. Max got the experience from Volk wrestling. Bro, Max seems very confident. He seems very pleased with his performance at the moment, man. Ronak Singh timestamp. First round's up, Ronak. First round's up on my what I'm watching at least. I hope Fanda finds peace in his life. Yeah, round over. As you can see, his parents' tattoos are there. I think it's his mom, his dad, and his daughter, I think. But when I first saw Charles, he had no tattoos. He's loaded up. Even actually, when I saw Max first, I don't think he had a tattoo either. No, actually, he had like a Polynesian outline. Actually, here we go. Second round begins. So I even thought PSG will breeze past Chelsea, but I guess you and I will have to change our minds. They lost 3-1 to Monaco and are in terrible form. I know Chelsea struggle against Wrexham, but still. Yeah, it's also you have to also realize, Abhishek, that it's two legs, not one. A league match is only one leg. It all depends. Oh wow, he picks him up again. What the hell? Max had tattoos. Yeah, he had that Polynesian outline. I just remembered. Yeah, but now he's filled out that Polynesian outline with more work. Wow, he picked him up again. I'm 1 minute behind. No spoilers, guys, please. It's fine. It is what it is. Oh, don't give him your back, Max. Oh, he's rolling to his side again. He seems very confident from his back, though, to defend. That's quite interesting. People normally are very reluctant to give your back, especially when you have a lot of blood chokes. Oh, whoa, whoa! Arm triangle? Oh, this is an awkward angle. Oh, look at this! Some version of an arm triangle. Oh, he's got to get his foot out. He's got to get his foot out. Oh, that's great defense again. The first round, he didn't let Charles do a body lock, and now he's here again. Charles had to adjust. Again, he puts his leg over. Can he get this body lock in finally? My God, man. Max, why would he give him his back both rounds? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. This looks like he might actually be in trouble now. You can't really see anything from this angle. Oh, he got out again. God damn it. His submission defense is on another level today, man. He definitely has a body lock, though. He definitely has a body lock this time. He definitely has got body lock this time. It's a non-footballing stream. Let's get to 50 likes. Come on. That would be great. What are you doing? Throw some punches. Think he's trying to conserve his energy, dude. He's taking him to the ground so easily. He might not need to. If he does another round of this, he wins automatically. Oh, this is an interesting looking defense. It's like an X defense. Whatever this is. Ooh, some those elbows look nasty though. No more smoking. It's not funny the second. Ooh, another face crank. Oh! Oh, it looks like a face crank. It doesn't look like a rear naked. Oh my god, he gets out again. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's squeezing the bloody life out of him with his body lock. Man, he's giving him his neck so many times. This guy. He's gambling here so much, Max. I'm so shocked. Just freely giving his neck every time, man. Some craziness. Oh, he's back on his back again. Oh, body lock again. Man, Charles needs one more round of this and he's done. Why does wait one? I just realized something. Why does Oliveira not have a rank to his name? Because it's a BMF champion, so there's no ranking. Still lightweights, no? Oh my god, Max. Raz, why would he even attempt stand up when this is so easy for him? Raul Rosas Jr. didn't even do it. We're coming for Elia again. No more smirking. Seeing this, let's go for Arman versus Max. You think so? Damn, Toto knew exactly what he had done when he was smirking yesterday. So I want to ask, I eat a lot of non-veg, so of course I eat sausages, even the pork ones gourmet. So you like the boil plus grill? Just pan saute sausages? Um, I mean, listen, it depends. Uh, it, de- it, so what people sometimes do is they cut vegetables, they break down the sausage, and they cook it together to make like a dish. If you don't want to just eat plain sausages, but grilling or pan saute is great. Boiling, you don't need to boil it. Dude. Grilling or pan saute would be better. Still believe Max gonna win, bro. If he does one more round of that, he mathematically can't win. He's got to finish. I prefer the boiled plus grill. Grill is probably the best way to go, especially go in ones for sure. If you're just doing regular cocktail sausages, uh, then pan saute because it's BMF title. Yeah, the only reason I looked down is because I was just wondering what their ranks are currently in the division. But makes sense. Oh, this time he had to drive. Is he gonna pick him up this time? Oh, oh no, he didn't get it this time. He didn't get it this time. An absolute masterclass from Oliveira. I agree. Making out. What the F, Max? Max struggling. Bro, someone said Max has great takedown defense. Oliveira, I think, has gone two takedowns. He's gone 2 for 2. Now he's 3 for 2. He tried just now, he failed. But he was 2 for 2 after 2 rounds. Oh, he's got a body lock. Oh, man, Charles is playing for keeps today, huh? He's not doing the we're gonna bang, bro. He's not doing any of that today. He's like, oh, okay. I'm gonna be tactical for once. I'm not going to be a passion merchant. I like it. Disaster class for Max. Sausage like chicken, any kind of sausage, Arpit. Any kind. It's always better to pan saute. Pork, duck, any meat, beef, mutton. It depends on which location you live in. It depends on your available turkey. Depends on what you have, right? There are certain places that don't do beef, so they don't do beef. They'll do chicken, they'll do turkey, they'll do mutton, they'll do pork. Then there are places who do pork, so you won't get pork. You'll get beef, you'll get mutton, you get chicken, you get turkey. Some places are fancy. You get duck. Not anywhere in India, but there are other countries that do duck. But yeah, mostly it's the same principle. Yeah, grilling is always better. Oliveira is always so fun to watch. I agree, Prakar. I agree. But this is a very different approach. This is a very tactical approach by Charles, and it's making me wonder. It's making me wonder if he did this a little bit more, would he have a few less losses? Because we all know how good his grappling is. He has the most submissions in UFC history. He has the most finishes in UFC history as well, but that's not the point. He's the most submissions in UFC history. That is quite impressive. He's very, very tactical today, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I thought this fight was going to be close, not going to lie. You know how I feel about Charles Jayesh. It's been a while, buddy. How have you been? What have you been up to? Give me an update. Thoughts on the match yesterday? Barcelona. Max takedown defense is horrible. You know what? It never used to be, dude. In fairness, it never used to be. Blood sausage, you need to boil for blood sausages. You got to boil it for very obvious reasons. But yes, Islam JDM 2.0. No, I don't think so. You think so? Maybe, maybe. You see what's going on with McDonald's? No, what's going on with McDonald's, dude? I'm not a McDonald's guy, to be honest with you, because they make chicken burgers and I don't eat chicken burgers. I do. You know what I used to like at McDonald's though, that they discontinued here in Goa. They had these paneer Manchurian hot pockets. I went on the opening day here in McDonald's in Goa. By the way, we got McDonald's only a few years ago. We didn't have a McDonald's here in Goa. Now we have like three. Just funny, but that's beside the point. Paneer Manchurian hot pockets. Excellent. Max is so lucky that his fight with Khabib got cancelled. That would have been a bad one. To be fair though, Max was on that crazy 11 fight win streak. He was like third all time at the time of win streaks. People tried taking him down during that win streak, dude. I'm not saying Khabib wouldn't have taken him down. I'm just saying is he was a lot younger back then, and the takedown defense was probably a lot sharper back then. Let's just put it that way because he was younger. My guy's 3 zip. 3 rounds done almost. Boom. Four takedown attempts, 3 takedowns. The Bronx. Easy peasy. Ooh, dropping some elbows to add to it. Atletico Bilbao had less possession, but they in fact created more chances and had more big chances created, but they weren't clinical. Barca scraped through a win. A Yamal corner of off the box, great goal. Yeah, but that's similar to how we did the Newcastle game, right? It was getting to a point where we created more chances, we had more possession, but they had like more shots on target, and then they ended up winning. Sometimes it's one of those days. Now we know what we're going to find out on Saturday. Round 4 started. I'm sure it did, dude. But as you know, I'm a little behind. Apparently, their CEO didn't eat one of their burgers, and now it's all over the media. People are claiming they have bought a burger from 1 year ago, still hasn't rotted, raising a concern for. Yeah, so Arpit, I'm going to tell you something here. So try and understand that this is a fact and this is not an opinion. So when McDonald's first came out, they obviously there was no chicken burgers, right? Because it's true. If it's not beef or pork, it's not a burger, it's a sandwich. That is the truth. No offense to anyone, but you ask anyone, they will tell you the same thing if they are hamburger cultured, right? It's literally in the name. But the reason I said that, my point was, is so when McDonald's first started out, they used to cook their burgers again because it was beef burgers. They used to cook it in beef tallow. So beef tallow is basically fat. So why that matters is because it's all natural ingredients. Oh no, Max is suddenly picking him apart. Hey Charles. Hey Charles. Thank you. Oh boy, please just get him on the ground so I can continue my discussion. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Spin, 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 spin. Get him on the ground. Oh, for the love of God, Charles, don't tell me you're getting tired now, please. Now is not a good time. Oh, 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 no. Yes. Okay, now I can go back. So they would what's happening? What was this thing? They would cook the burgers in beef tallow, and what? Why am I drawing a blank? So what happens is every dish was organic. Sorry, every burger was organic, right? Because beef tallow is natural, beef burgers obviously natural, and they originally only had onions. There was no 10 ingredient sauce and all now like how they put back in the day. It was just burger. It was just like some onions. Like how there's a chain called White Castle in America. That's how they still make that thing. It's a little onion. It's a patty, maybe a slice of cheese, and the burger. So originally McDonald's used to do that. They used to cook all their stuff in beef tallow. It would be the fries, the burger, and that's all they had back in the day, right? But then what happened was, um, obviously, in certain countries, they couldn't do that, right? They made a veg option, so then the veg option obviously has to be a processed patty because A veg cutlet is a very processed cutlet. I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys that. I've eaten a veg burger, you have eaten a veg burger, we all know it. Especially when you're in a food chain, it's all processed. So then they stopped using beef tallow. They started using seed oils, and basically all things unhealthy started being used in these companies, and then therefore it increased the shelf life of anything. So when you're asking me about they didn't eat the burger, and there's a burger that's still like years old. I think there's a burger that is 10 years old actually. I saw it on Joe Rogan's thing. Not aged, not rotted, nothing. Because they have changed from their traditional recipe: beef burger, beef tallow, and the tallows used to fry the fries. It was that simple. Then it became complicated. Then they made veg options, then they made chicken options, then they made all these sauces out of all these sugars. So a lot of things became really, really unhealthy, and they required a lot of preservatives or seed oils and all. So then basically food this all became unhealthy, and then they had to find ways to preserve it because they didn't want to they didn't want to waste. So by not by using all these preservatives and all, uh, that's how they have this food that doesn't get rotten, in other words. If I've offended you, I apologize, but that's how it actually went. Best version of Max against Volk in a second fight. True. I've been good, man. Just busy with family stuff and studies. I barely get enough time to follow football. I'm just glad I made it in time for the main event here. Bro, are you still doing CA? You still doing CA? Ah, thank God he's back on the ground. Fourth round? Oh my God. All Oliveira's got to do is don't do anything stupid. Please. Don't do anything stupid. I wanted Wrexham to win so bad and they were leading 2-1, but they got a stupid red and lost next time. Yeah, 90 minutes, right? I don't want to hurt anyone's sentiments, but for me, mutton, pork, and buff obviously doesn't. Well, as long as actually Abhishek, as long as you don't eat beef, you don't hurt anyone's sentiments. Because I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I just thought you won't get beef outside of like certain states, but apparently you get buff everywhere. I didn't actually know that. My friends told me that. I was like, they sell it? I was like, yeah, they sell it, but people don't eat it because they still feel kind of off about it. But you can get it in many places, many states now. It's like, oh, I did not know that. Yeah, but mutton, pork, buff better than chicken. Yeah, I mean, it also depends on what you're eating, obviously. In form of burger, I would definitely agree. Maybe in other things, not. It is what it is. Damn glad I don't eat burgers. Is Subway okay? I eat Subway sandwiches. So, like, but Arpit, like I said, there are people who still cook burgers the right way. I mean, I'm going to assume you don't eat beef, Arpit. So, uh, you know, it is what it is for you. But most of these patties are you can't make a chicken patty. What does a chicken patty look like to you? You know, it's tough. Veg Subway sandwiches for the most part are fine. I also like Subway sandwiches, by the way. But as long as you don't eat the processed meats, because the processed meats are still processed, right? So if you have, if I mean, listen, it also depends on how long. Fifth round started, by the way. It also depends on how many times you go eat it, dude. If you eat it once in a while, none of this matters. It is just knowing what you put in your body. That's about it. Subway sandwiches is really really good if you're for you if you're going to eat it once in a while because it's just a you're just having it once in a while. It doesn't matter if you're going to have it like once a week, twice a week. It's a bit of a problem. Also, but it does depend. It does depend on what you have. If you're going to have like the salam, if you're going to have so what I have there is the BMT. That's my favorite sandwich. Uh, if you have like the little chicken teriyaki where they have cube chicken and then that seems okay. But if you have a BMT like me, that's again you're having way too much processed food. So depending on what you have at Subway, it's fine. I think so, at least personally. If Max loses today's careers, most probably. Oh, why, dude? I don't think so. He's still an elite lightweight. He still can defeat half of the lightweights. The thing is, people write off Charles a lot. FC Mobile. To be very honest with you, Charles is used. He's had a tactical battle today, and I think you know what? I think for once in his career, I think this is the smartest thing he has done in a long time. He tries to take people's heads out and gets clipped every time. And why? Why you have a skill set? Why do you have to do that? You don't have to do that. Take advantage of your skill set. You spend all your life training one way just so you don't use it. Makes you a fool. Max Holloway is not a grappler. Maybe his takedown defense is good. Maybe Charles is that good that his takedown defense couldn't be used today. Right? It was just negated. Maybe that's why Max is looking horrible. Because he never fought someone this good. And he dumps him. Single leg spin out, dump him. 3 minutes. Charles, please. I beg. Let's hold on for three. Just hold on. You won 4 rounds. Just hold on. However you have to. Yeah. I don't have patties. I just put veggie sauce between the bread and sometimes Mexican veg patty. That too really. Really, you're fine. You're fine. If you have, I don't know if you non-veg or not, Arpit, but if you have like the chicken teriyaki with their cubes, um, I think that is the actual legit chicken. The cubes, chicken breast. I think you're fine if you have those. Subway is fun to have once in a while. I enjoy it. Rokoman, I thought this fight will be a banger, not hugging and kissing. Raz, I'll be very honest with you. If it was a banger, it would be a one-sided banger that would not favor Charles. I am all for Charles winning a match. He has had enough bangers. He's had enough knockouts. He's had enough submissions. The skill set disparance. What am I saying? The skill set disparity is not his fault. Because let's be honest, I believe you said it yourself right earlier. If Charles will win, he'll only win by submission. Well, in order to submit someone, you gotta take him down. Charles, for the first 2 rounds in particular, Charles really tried to submit him. It's not like he didn't try to submit him. Fourth round, third round, even he tried to get him, but fourth round was more control. Fifth round's more control. But the first 2 rounds, he definitely tried to tap him, dude. No doubt about it. Come on. I eat a chicken and eggs. Then you're fine, dude. You're fine. Subway's fine for you. You can't go to McDonald's and have those patties, though, dude. You can't because there's no such thing as a chicken patty, dude. You gotta. If you go to a burger place, if you go to a legit burger place, right, where they give you like beef, pork, mutton, chicken, your chicken burger will be a chicken breast, Arpit, because there is no such thing as a chicken patty. You can't really mince chicken. You can shred chicken because when you pull apart chicken, it can't get minced. It doesn't have that form. It can only get shredded. So you can't make a patty of shredded chicken. So what people do is they cut a thin slice of the breast and they put it on the patty. You can have those kind of chicken burgers, dude. You can't have a chicken burger patty though, because God knows what the hell's in it, dude. I have no idea what. Oh no 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 bloody Charles! Oh, oh my God! For bloody hell, Charles! Yeah, for 5 seconds. Why? What happened if you went to sleep, you fool? Ooh, ooh! Max has a proper hematoma, dude. He's got a little bulb on his head there. I think he's gonna get his father to put on the belt. Did he just kiss the security guy so he could go celebrate with his dad? Oh, Mirab gets a hug. Why the hell does Mirab get a hug? Am I missing something here? By the way, shout out for Charles. Who thought that was gonna happen? The first round takedown was crazy, dude. He picked him up like a baby. The first and second round. The first and second round takedowns were incredible. Shout out by Charles. Was definitely not on the bingo card today, my friend. Retiring from watching UFC, it was a pleasure. Why, dude? Why? It's just a one-off, man. You had to use strategy. Rosas did the same thing earlier today. They had to do it. It makes sense. I have my strong opinions against Subway. The taste only comes from sauces, and Subway in India is substandard. Yeah, but we know why it's substandard, Abhishek. You have to cater to the people. I don't want to say it, Abhishek, but you know what I mean. You have to cater to the audience you come to. In other words, that's why people don't eat McDonald's in India. You know what my friend legitimately did. He went with his wife to Thailand. The first place they went to Thailand was McDonald's because they don't eat McDonald's in India for the reason I don't need to say again. He literally came and told me, you know what I did? I first went to McDonald's to eat a burger. I landed in Thailand. There was a McDonald's in the airport. I had a McDonald's at the airport. There is, see, you have to cater to the people in the country you are in, dude. The same way you have to do it if you're in an Arab country. You can't get certain things in an Arab country. It's just, if you want to survive, if you want your business to survive, that's what you have to do. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's just what it is. It's annoying, but it's part of the game. Do I, Arpit? I do. I am. I don't eat it regularly, but I do. In Goa, we are known for it, and it's part of my culture. Um, I don't eat it regularly. I'm mostly vegetarian, Arpit. I enjoy vegetarian food. My favorite dish is dal chawal. I love dal chawal. Bro came for the win and he gets it. Adios, Charles. Prakash saying hello. Is KFC chicken okay to have like that chicken wing, chicken popcorn? Oh wow, Charles's father's putting his on the belt. That is sweet. His dad doesn't know how to put the belt on him, but it's still adorable. I love how the Brazilian they just kiss each other, bro. They just give cheek kisses to everybody. Men, women don't matter. I don't know. You know what? It's a great question, Arpit. I don't know actually. I think the chicken wing should be good. The chicken popcorn. How the hell do they make the chicken popcorn, dude? I don't have a clue. Oh, that's adorable. Look at his daughter crying there. Oh, that's adorable. That's beautiful. Uh, Charles looks exactly like his dad. I don't know what he's doing there. Look at his daughter showing off the belt. I love that. That's beautiful. His mom is there. His dad is there. His wife's there. Yeah, he looks like his dad, doesn't he? Anyway, sad for Max. Lost for one of my favorite. Bro, I told you, Arush. It's going to be a sad day no matter what today. We're going to be sad one way or the other. My team has ruined me. If I don't show up for more than a month, you know who to blame, Nathan. Charles will celebrate this with his whole village. You know what he's going to do? He's going to go to the favelas and have a party to celebrate. Yeah, I think he did that last time, Evan. Who goes to Thailand with his wife? I mean, they went for. I believe they went for somebody's wedding, Raz. Yeah, if I remember correctly, they went. Yeah, actually, technically, it's the other way around. His wife was invited, and his husband came. Wife's friend. So actually, the other way around in this case, but yeah. I also like a good dal chawal and aloo kabi. Bro, listen, man. Meat's great. Meat's great. But when you live in India, and you have all this good veg food, and it is a little more healthier than non-veg food. Whether you eat beef, chicken, mutton, pork, whatever. It's okay, man. I was saying this to Nakul earlier. I was like, this is the best place in the world for veg food. Certain states are not known for it, like mine. In India, you can get world class veg food from a store in the street, dude. A good restaurant, not any store, but literally, like you can get like Michelin star veg food on the street. This is the only country in the world you can do that for veg food. And Popeye is actually better than KFC. That's what I heard, Homelander. Daniel Cormier talks about it a lot. Think it's time for Max to retire, really? His takedown defense wasn't ever that good, bitterness, to be honest. A lot of people don't take him down. Yeah, even Max is saying he came with a better game plan. Aluka Bhujia. Oof, I've not had some. I have to try that. You don't get that, yeah. It's time to start following some other sports. Guide me. Listen, dude. Max is saying I'm not done yet. Sumit, listen. My greatest reprieve in the last 14 months, when I was forced to watch my club drop all the way down to 15th, was UFC. You know why? Because I'm not committed either way to any fighter, because the fighters don't fight as regular. I am not committed to any kind of circumstance. I just watch the fights. Charles is not going to retire. Charles was the Arman again for the BMF. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there, man. Maybe they add some chicken piece and popcorn like they do with biryani, chicken flavor Yeah, chicken flavored popcorn. I'm not sure what are the pieces. The chicken wings, I think, are okay though. I don't know what's in the coating. I don't know what's in the breading, but as far as food is concerned, I think chicken wings are okay. Damn, Nathan, still I'm about to be done. White House card opinions for me. Mm, I'll give it a solid 7. What I would say, Prakar, is the action might make give me the other three. The action and the environment and how the set is designed. As a whole, I might rate it more. Um, as it currently stands, it's a 7. Because see, I won't get hyped saying, "Oh, it should have been John Jones, not Cyril Gahn." And the reason I won't do that is very simple. John Jones has already done this before, therefore, I never got that excited. I'm almost done. Wait. Thank you so much. Be careful. Who's in the White House card? Wait, I'll tell you. I'll. You know what? I'll read it out again because Prakar asked me a great question. Now I need to refresh my memory. For some reason, Diego Lopez is again on fighting in a couple of months. He literally fought in Feb. Now he's fighting. I don't know how that works. Seems crazy to me. Okay, so Topuria versus Gagey, 10 out of 10. Pereira versus Gan, 8 out of 10. O'Malley versus Zahabi, third versus sixth. O'Malley needs a win, guys. O'Malley needs a win. I'm going to say 7 out of 10 because Ayman Zahabi doesn't have any standout skill, which would mean O'Malley has a striking advantage. Mauricio Rufy, I believe, is ninth. Chandler's 13th. I'd say that's an 8 out of 10 because someone's getting finished. Lopez Garcia. So Lopez is 2, Garcia is 11th. But I believe Steve Garcia is on a 6 fight win streak. It's a big move up for Steve Garcia. That will be a banger. Two Mexicans fighting. I mean, well, Lopez is a Brazilian who lives in Mexico, but he fights like a Mexican, as the saying goes. That's going to be a banger. I'll say 7 out of 10. Nickel versus Dawkins. Bo Nickel's on the card because he's friends with President Trump. I'm just going to be honest with you. That is the only match in the card that both fighters are not even ranked. Kyle Dawkins got cut by the UFC's comeback has had 2 great fights since he's back in the UFC. He's obviously being fed to Bo Nickel. We have seen this attempt before. Last time they tried it, it didn't work against Derrida. Let's see. I think Dawkins is obviously not as good as Derrida. Let's see what happens. Nickel Dawkins fight for me is a 6 on 10. Nickel Dawkins fight is 6 on 10. Otherwise, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Lopez Garcia for excitement value 8 out of 10. Nickel Dawkins for me, I'm underwhelmed. Card overall, Prakar, I would say is the 7.5 for me. 7.5, 8. I'd go with that. To be honest, disappointed by the White House event, but you have to understand something, FC Mobile, also based on availability. Keep that in mind. Availability and visa issues and stuff like that. It's based on many things. Who's injured, who's not. I mean, I start watching UFC. Give it a try, dude. What's the harm? What's the harm? So it contains Chandler +1 already for easy. Don't be surprised, dude. Mauricio Hufi is very tall. You might get under him and smoke him. Sanders said he wants to quiet the crowd in Ahmedabad. Not everyone is Pat Cummins, Mitch. Look at these. Look at these New Zealand guys getting all gassed. Look at them getting all gassed, dude, now in the finals. Look at them. Anyway. Sumit, watch Rory McDonald versus Robbie. That's a good recommendation for a fight. Get a little taste. Man, missed those DDP days as champ. Chimaev is just holding on the belt, man, without any title. He's thinking about moving up the weight class. Yeah, Dana White's not gonna let that happen, bro. Where have you been, bro? I've seen you every now and then. What's been happening in your life? Yeah, Dana White wants him to defend. Also, he's observing Ramadan, so April is Ramadan, is Eid. Then he's gonna take at least another 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks to work out, which means June card is already booked, as we have seen today. He might come on International Fight Week, July card maybe. How have you been? Earlier, I used to watch and enjoy boxing more than UFC and had vivid memories of Manny Mayweather. Wanted Manny to win, but May had bigger arm span and so. Yeah, guess what, Manas? They're fighting again. Where have you been, Manas? I haven't seen you in ages too. Done for the day. Finally, after morning rounds, need to catch up on football and maybe watch F1 Australian GP. Good luck with that, dude. I recommend watching the highlights of Mansfield Town Arsenal. And no, I'm not making a joke. And do UFC shows have multiple matches like WWE or single match? So this one that we watched, Sumit, had 5 matches. There's like a main card. The main card has 5 matches, 5 to 6 matches depending on the event. 5 out of 10, just too many straightforward fights. Interesting. George wins the Australian GP, must be P1, P2, P3, P4. Okay. And Diddler versus Duplessis. Goofy fight will be a Caio. Diddler lost. Caio called out Duplessis, so it will probably be them. Anyway, guys, I am off. It's been a long night. Did a little bit of the charity stream, then did some stuff on my own. I did the Mansfield Town game as well. I am off. I'm off to go to bed. Actually, I'm not off to go to bed. I'm just off. I'm going to go to bed after lunch. I can't go to bed now. Wrexham played really well against Manas. The FA Cup matches were very good. I drop in on almost all your stream and Lala just say hi, take care. Yeah, buddy. Hopefully you're doing well and at work. I know the timings suck, so you can't make it for all, obviously. But yes, of course, I know you drop in. But yes, have a go at the FA Cup highlights first. You'll enjoy them. Okay, got it. Now watch the next UFC show. Catch up to what's happening. Another nice thing, Sumit, you don't need to catch up because everybody fights on a different timeline because there are gaps, there are injuries. You don't really need to catch up. You just have to enjoy the show. That's the best part about it. Take care, Phantom. Take care, Sumit. Take care, Manas. Take care, Raz. Take care, FC Mobile. Take care, Arpit. Anyone am I missing out? Take care, bro. I'll see you guys later. No more streams today. Maybe on someone else's stream, but none for me. Tomorrow, I don't know if we're going to do a check-in show or not. We might do a chill stream because Champions League matches this week, midweek. may just do a little bit of a chill stream this week. Anyway, take care. I'll see you in the next one.